Hello, hello, hello. Okay, there you go. There we go. What's up? What's up? What's up? Peace to the chat. Peace, everybody. Just want to see. All righty. So we are up, and let's get into it because you know what the deal is. All this unnecessary drama. Everybody and their mama. Uh, everybody and their mama is upset. What's going on, brothers? What's going on, people out there? Everybody and their mama is upset. Everybody and their mama seems to be upset. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, I'm letting y'all guys get in. I'm gonna rant while people get in. Just gonna run a little rant. And you know, um, yes, Umar is definitely set tripping. Definitely set tripping. Brothers, I don't understand why people are acting surprised. Understand why people are upset. I don't understand uh, what's really going on out here. What's going on, huh? I'll answer your prayer with hope. You know, uh, they losing their minds. They're losing their minds, and um, brothers keep trying to come up with the slogan that I don't understand why these ladies are upset. Keep saying that. I don't why these women are upset. Most black men are with black women, and what I what I don't get. Um, tell you what I don't get. It is the numbers, brothers. It's the numbers. I don't understand what numbers they're using. Are they using all of the black men that are married? Are they using the current few years? And the reason why I just use that 85% term, and what happens is when they use it, it gives off this. But then again, I don't know what the real numbers is, but it does give off uh, a false sense of security because these ladies are um, well, they mostly want to be us anyways. But y'all brothers got to understand, for those of you guys that are saying these things, you need to understand that uh, these women don't like you like that. They don't. They like the forces that you have. They don't. The sisterhood, whatever you want to call it, as someone to be. They don't respect what's going on. G Dub, what's going on, brother? Uh, they don't expect you to leave the plantation. You are a resource. Yes, the numbers are dwindling fast. See, this is the thing that they keep saying that, right? They keep saying that, okay, the 85%, but they're counting everybody. They're counting your grandpa. They're counting your uncle. Or are they talking about the last year of marriage? Like the last, like the marriage for 2020, marriages for 2021? Or are they accounting for every marriage that has since the 1960s? Right? Because if you're counting all the marriages from since the 60s, then yeah, 85%. If you're counting modern, what happened to, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking is overall. So what is the numbers of brothers marrying out as of 2023? Because if the numbers are what I'm thinking is, it's going to be a lot more than 15%. Because I remember back in 2021, they were talking about the numbers in 2010. and about 21%. If we're sitting at 23, I mean, are we sitting at 30? I mean, what is it? And those are the marriages. But I don't understand these ladies. Most of these ladies are having children out of wedlock. So why are they even counting? Why are these guys even using the marriage statistics? Because I mean, baby mamas are everywhere, and they're still getting the benefits of child support and all of that in the bag of chips. The question becomes, why are we still using the rankings of, the standard of walking down the aisle as what can be counted? I guess because I guess it's the only thing that can be counted. That's what I'm figuring. It's the only thing that's on the books. But brothers, brothers, they don't care about you when you're in the prison yard. They only care about the prisoners that got away. They only care about the prisoners that got away. Thank you, SKC. We need to link up and we got to get the ball rolling again. To get this comic book part dual out. We got to keep cracking, even though the book has low numbers in sales, the comic book. But we need to keep on trekking so we can have something to leave behind. But I greatly appreciate the $5 hit up. So hit me up in the emails. You got my emails. Send me emails. We need to get the wheels spinning again. But brothers, the plantation. They only care about if your ass got away. And this is the thing that perplexes me. They're upset, but they can't compete. They're upset, but they can't compete. And most of it is due to the fact that they're not even on the playing field. Let's just call it what it is. You're not playing on the playing field. You're not even on one of the squads. You're not even in the stadium. You're not a fan. You're not even in the. You're not in the vicinity of the stadium. And this is the problem that we're having. These women do not want to compete. They want to stay on Bonnet Gang. They want to stay on the single mama drama, but they don't want to compete for the long term. And everybody's telling them over and over and over again what the deal is and why they are seen in these NFL, NBA drafts, the younger generations of brothers having on their arms generally a nobody. So they are perplexed as to why these brothers are openly, outright skating down the street with a snow bunny apocalypse. Even women are telling them, even older Black women are letting them know what's going on. Charleston White's trying to tell you, but Umar Johnson, he's not. Because Umar Johnson actually did say something. He's saying that the snow bunnies were, with these brothers when they were dusty. Of course, I apologize because, I was referring way, way back 10 years ago to men walking around with their ass hanging out, walking around looking disheveled as dusty dudes. I kept saying it over and over again. Look at these dusty dudes. You sisters going to end up with dusty dudes. And of course, you got your haters, the BWs that be listening to the channel. And when they started their channel, they started Black men overall as dusties. And now that has escaped into the general lexicon of the community, so where they are calling Black men dusties. I apologize for that. But you know how the BWs get down. Thank you, brothers. James, for that $2, super chat. Yeah, nobody's putting the work for Black men. They do. They indeed do. Yeah, thank you. You're saying, hey, MBD, it's been a while. If it wasn't for the snow bunnies, my niece and nephews would be right here, wouldn't be right here right now. I'm all for it. Indeed. A lot of a lot of people who are going to succeed in the future are going to have that. Are going to have a snow bunny, a white woman, an Asian woman, a Latina woman, a non-black woman as their mothers. You see how stupid it was that big Umar Johnson was bringing up Tiger Woods? Hmm? Do you understand the logic of bringing up Tiger Woods? Tiger Woods' mom is Asian, so why would Big Umi Zumi try to say that Tiger Woods, or suggested Tiger Woods, should have been with his sisters and it kept it real, it kept it black when he was born of an Asian woman? The logic doesn't make sense. Um, but who he caters to is who he caters to. If you're a white female and you are listening to this and you're watching these things, if you're an Asian female and you're getting into the mix, and your boyfriend or husband, uh, hell, baby daddy is something on the dark side of the game, um, understand something. The sisters are mad not because, um, for one, the one chief reason is that they can't compete with you, period. They want to be with you. They want to be you. They want to be with your brother, but they can't compete on the level that it takes to be able to pull your brother, let alone pull um, a baller, a shot caller, a rich man in general, not just a black rich man. But they never said Obama has self hate issues, or that when he and his mom, or when his mom is white and he's married to a black woman. Yes, because it only goes one way. Thanks for the $5 super chat. It only goes one way, brothers. It's the only, because everything is centered around the BW. Understand this, know this. This is what it is. Everything is centered around the BW and her feelings, because that's the community. That's what most of the men are raised by. They're raised by, um, a single BW. And so this is what you're dealing with. You're dealing with that type of logic, because it doesn't work when you apply real logic to it. Um, so if you're a sister and you listen to this, understand we're not saying all, but you're losing in the game. I don't want to hear about you guys hate black women. We don't. We just understand you. We don't hate you. We understand you. And here on the SYSBM side of the game, I would like to proclaim one thing. We have immense respect for you, black women. We do. SYSBM has major respect for you. We respect you so much that we will leave you alone. We respect you so much that we respect what comes out your mouth and what you say about us, and how we are dusty, and how we ain't shit, and how you do not want to be around such dusty ain't shit black men. Um, I understand all of that. We as SYSBM understands all of that, and we respect your word. No means no, and you do not want to be bothered with us. That is a no. I get that. I understand that. Again, I'm talking about in general. I'm not talking about all of y'all, but the cultural zeitgeist is that black men are not, or working class black men are not desirable. The thugs and the celebrity ball players are, but everybody else, every brother in the middle, especially if he speaks any lick of proper English, is deemed to be an Urkel, deemed to be a Carlton Banks, and so deems to be a reject of said community. That's my proclamation. SYSBM. Other than that, your ass is not competing. You're not competing with this plain Jane right here. This this white girl right here. You are not on the playing field. You are not ready for her, let alone any other type of female, especially now that Latinos are moving heavy in the game. You are not on. You cannot compete with um, Amy. Amy runs circles around you. The only thing keeping you alive in these streets with some dignity is the fact that most of a lot of black men are ashamed to stay on the plantation. And then the men that you are messing with are the type of men that generally an Amy, a Gretchen, um, a Susan, hell, a Karen, a Becky wouldn't be fooling with. Not this type, the ones you see on the screen. But um, once those other brothers decide, the other middle class, large, the percentage of brothers out here decide to move on something different, it's a wrap for you in these streets. On my birthday, when I was at an Applebee's, I tried to talk to some beautiful black women that walked in with my friends. They laughed at us losers, so we went back. So we went back to the table. Yeah, they laughed at you, called you losers. Now, had you switched up the game and talked to something different and got some play, them Sam sisters be looking at you hard in the face. Thank you for, mirrored in for the $10. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. Uh, yeah, Plain Jane's ain't calling him Dusty. They ain't calling him this brother Dusty. You are not competing with them Plain Janes. Some Plain Janes are running circles around you. They're running circles around you all day, every day, all day, every day. You know how many brothers be talking to me, but they don't want to speak up loud when they see me in the streets, and we be talking and stuff like that, and they talking about how these white girls are taking a hard dump on the sisters when it comes to looks, because now they're generating their own ass, and it's natural. It's not the BBL because they're in the gym. They're out here on this fitness trip, and they're doing squats, and their ass is coming out naturally, uh, you know, with a booty. You're not, it's a wrap for you because you're not competing for the men that you want because you want NBA young boy. It's okay. You want NBA young boy. Black Kraken, NBD. I don't know if you are going to play the video of dude talking about black athletes choosing white women and said he's willing to wait 10, 15 years to find Keisha compatible with him. Yeah, Stockholm Syndrome. See, I saw that video. I don't want to play it because everybody in the mamas played it. I saw that video. I mean, and you see how he had to preference himself. He had to qualify his statement. No, 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 no. Don't come at me. I'm only into black women. Oh, well, bro. Oh, well. But problem with you with only into black women is you spoke up, you told publicly about what other brothers are speaking about. And black women have a tendency to burn brothers that hang around other brothers who are into the white ladies like that. So this dude may have some problems dating BWs because they're going to be questioning him about his statements. And he's going to have to kowtow and bend backwards to convince this sister that, no, 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 you got to understand, I'm just telling you what they told me. Well, he's going to be waiting 20, 30 years to find somebody compatible for him. Or he's going to have to go out of the country and get him something that'll pass for black and Afro-Latino. That's what he's going to do. That's what they're going to do. They're going to go get something from Dominican Republic. They're going to get something from Brazil. They're going to get something that's, they're going to get something that's uh, 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 that he could say, is a sister. That's what these guys are going to do. Why? Because because they gotta stay on the plantation. These are some busty snow bunnies and busty Latinos saw what happened, and they came over to my table and paid for the meal. One busty Latino embraced me in her arms and hugged me and told me that that was very rude. Um, yeah, and you don't think the other ladies don't see that? How do you think they moved in so heavy on these brothers? Thank you, Nuruddin, for the $10. Think about that shit. You don't think these other women do? You think these other women are smart enough to know what's going on? They don't watch TikTok. They don't watch. This is the first black man they ever dated. Come on now. They understand what the deal is. They're not that stupid. They're getting your military men. They're getting your ball players. They're getting your athletes. They're getting your blue collar guys. And some of the hood rat bad baby types are getting your black thug niggas. That's what they're doing. They're moving in heavy because not only they got you beat naturally, because they don't have to put fake shit on and mimic somebody else. They can put extensions in their hair and it looks like their real hair. They don't have to fake the funk. The dude said, "Oh, these girls, they're white girls. They could just brush their hair if they want to, curl it if they want to get fancy." Prime throws $5 on it and says black men interracial marriage rates have gone from 15 to 21. Now, Media Man has been bringing up data debunking Keisha's narratives. Indeed, and shout out to Media Man. He did, a review on the book SYSBM. Brothers, that book is in the link in the descriptions. I don't know if it's in the link for the descriptions of the live streams, but we do have an SYSBM book. Especially if you're a passport bro and you want some hard data to run to, because it's kind of hard to tell them when they're hitting you with the bullshit. Yeah, go see this YouTube video. Go see that YouTube video. You want to have a book where you can debunk the BS. You have tenets. You have all of that backup information. The SYSBM book is the book for that ass. So might want to go ahead and check out that book, brothers. Let me see. Let me go back here. Let me throw photo of the book in there. Import the book. Then okay. So pull it up for you guys, brothers. But you got to understand something. You're not competing with that. You're not competing with that. Her man's in the NFL. You're not competing with that. You're not competing with that. It's keeping a dollar bill. Why? Because you're just not on the playing field. You feel like black men ain't worth it. So these other girls are gonna scoop it up. If you think plain Jane is gonna get you, wait until I mean, it's already coming in. The waves already come in, but them Asian chicks, some East Asian, and the South. I mean, like I said before, brothers is building Black Wall Street in Southeast Asia. I mean, brothers is building Black Wall Street in Southeast Asia. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Talk about the book and stuff like that, and all of that. That was like 2 years ago. But brothers, it's the sisters got to understand if you're gonna want these brothers, the problem you're having is when you see him, he's dusty to you. When you see him, he's dusty. But this thick booty Asian chick saw him, and now that she's with him, he's not so dusty anymore. When the thick booty Asian chick sees him, homie's not that dusty no more. Right? But that's the problem, because once he gets that thick booty Asian chick, he ain't gonna be messing with you no more. Why would he be messing with you? Now you say, well, she's not that thick. Well, compared to what compared to her China or Korean counterparts, she would be a tad bit overweight in Korea. And so, if she's over 100 pounds, then they would consider her a leftover. But for brothers, you're like, damn, I'll take that all day. For American folks on the American side of the game, uh, all right, preference and passion programming. Thank you. So, brothers, what's going on is real simple. Real simple. It is competition. Who's competing for who? Them D1 athletes. Them D1 athletes, brothers. Right? If they spend hours and hours and hours perfecting their craft, them D1 athletes spend hours perfecting the technique. Plus, they got to go and learn and stay up with their grades. Somebody, they want a partner they want a girl that's going to be with them in the trenches. They need somebody that's going to love them for them, because even if they don't make it to the NBA or the NFL, you guys, you ladies out there be talking cash shit. You BWs out there be talking cash shit about these girls. Oh, Becky's going to take half your money. And then you be stupid thinking like it's a dumb thing, right? That they're playing the long game. That's smart. Other than waiting for them to come across the finish line, right? And then you're going to try to get with them after they made the money. You see, that's how little they think of you. They think of you so little that they think that I can catch you after you get your millions because I got the fat booty. And because I got the fat booty, you're just going to automatically get with me over all them ladies that put in the, you're just supposed to choose a sister just off top, off a GP because she got the fat booty. You see, you married an Amazonian Indian Brazilian woman and you're loving it. Stay free, brother. Stay free and keep them away from the sisters. That's what you need to do. You hang out with other brothers that are like you, like-minded, and your wife will hang out with other uh, women that are, in relationships with bros like you, because you do not want them to pick nasty ass habits. And generally, if they've been in their culture until like they reach adulthood, they're traditional, and the more or less likely they look like a sister, general African American female, the better. Because if they look more black, then sisters will say, "Well, you're like us. You might as well, act like us." That type of shit. Listen, listen. You're not competing for the type of guys you want. You're just not there. You want the house when it's finished. You turn the key, walk in, brand new house with all the uh, refurbishments and everything. Or no, a brand new house built from scratch. These ladies are willing to build with it. These ladies are willing to build and to birth these men's legacy over and over and over again. And you're just looking for somebody you can catch the bag from. That's what you're looking for. But you're not competing with this. Let's just keep it a dollar bill. So now I mean, every year is going to get worse and worse. What you're going to be screaming every year. It's going to get worse. They're going to be screaming about how uh, next year and a year after that. But after a while, people just ain't going to care because you're making yourself look like fools. These ladies are. Why? Because they can't help themselves. So the question becomes, what's next? I'm gonna tell you what's next. Total replacement. Total replacement is next. The solutions is to replace you because you are the defective part. You are the defective part in this game. Indeed, you are. Why? Because you, culturally, not all, but culturally, you have been carrying the sickness, the disease, the disease of death and destruction that has been put into you by so-called slave master hundreds of years ago. That's been laying dormant in you and has been sprouted itself and wreaked havoc for the last 60 years after all the segregation and racist and black coat restraints have been pulled away and you've gotten true freedom. You have went out here and you have so-called freedom to destroy your own community by laying up with the laziest, bummiest men possible, as well as these racist fellas you say are oppressing you, having their babies, and then shoving them on good, hardworking black men, and we're supposed to carry that load. You actively destroyed the community, and younger men have figured this out slowly but surely, and now we're at the point we're just going to have to replace you. Good, you have a place in Brazil. Yeah, and a lot of brothers are going to be, going to be building Black Wall Street. I know they are already down there in Brazil. And it's going to be great because they're going to be detached from this American system. And especially the brothers out in Thailand and in the Philippines and then also in Europe, you'll be detached from this sickness known as the struggle culture here in the United States. But ladies are going to get replaced. That's what's happening. They're wifing ups who's compatible for them because it's not going to be no longer based on skin color. It's going to be based on cultural and how feminine and attractive and lovely the women are going to be because they're trying to the best way to raise their children. Period. This is survival. I told you back in the day, dating out, it's going to be a matter of life and death because you're going to be subject to your own children to death. A female has the mentality that a lot of women in the community have. Again, if you're a sister, listen to this. We're not talking about all, but the majority of you are that. And you love NBA Youngboy, you love Future, you love all them thugs, you love King Von, you love them. Black Kraken, the video I sent you, a black female in LA who's crying about black men not dealing with them under any circumstance because they only date white women. Yeah, yes, I saw that. I posted up in the video or something like that. But yeah, yes, that's what it is. They're crying because out there in LA, it's a whole different story because there's just more competition. It's just more competition. And that's LA. So you got a lot of Latinos out there. Now imagine the new crop of Latinos that are coming up over here in the East Coast in Blackistan. This is, the southern US. Once they go into schools, a lot of their men are going to drop out of high school and all that stuff like that. And a lot of those females are going to stay in high school and then go on to college. And the only men that's going to be really checking for them hard and heavy like that is going to be black men because they're men. If they don't pull them out of high school, or out of college, their men ain't gonna be around to cock block, and brothers gonna be running through that like prune juice. It's gonna be a wrap. I see the beginning of it. It's gonna be a wrap. You're not competing on. It's just too many choices now. And you've been showing your ass on social media for now well over 10 years. You made bonnets synonymous with black women. You made bonnets synonymous with you. That if this white female were to put one on her head, you would say she was a culturally appropriating black women's style. A shower cap on her head. This is how you are known in the world. If this lady were to put on a shower cap, you would say she's culturally appropriating because you made bonnets synonymous with being a black woman. You did your whole you went hard to paint and you different. Wasn't it Monique that tried to tell you, hey, you know that bonnet thing you need to leave alone? It's not good for you. Doesn't and you went butt nutty over it. The names of keeping up. Says that degrading mixed race people over the last 5 years has been insane, all in the name of keeping up the low self-esteem of Bushikla. Okay, yeah, I guess, yeah, because I mean they go on hard to paint trying to degrade, um, you know, brothers getting mixed up, brothers dating outside the race. Because yeah, I mean, but people aren't falling for it. It's not stopping it. I mean, they can scream and holler all they want to. Umar can go hard in the paint all he wants to. It's not going to stop it. It's going to promote it. It's just going to make people want to do it more. Right. So was it Rollmaster, bonnets, twerking, STDs, loudness, stupidity, etc. belongs to them indeed. And y'all brothers better get smart, and you brothers start separating yourself from that and making sure that your children do not repeat and mimic those traits. And when somebody says, oh, this is your culture, no, it's not. Those are them. They have been given a gift of being able to run the rap game, and all they've been known about in the rap game for the last couple of 3 or 4 years is this ratchetness, Pound Town, Sukihana, Ice Spice, Glorilla. And you got grown ass sit men riding down the street listening to that, bobbing their head. And that's what's going to be the separation. Those are the dudes that are going to reproduce with those type of bitches. Those are the dudes going to reproduce with Glorilla. Glorilla sounds like Glorilla. You don't think they didn't think of that? That kind of sound like gorilla. Oh no, it's not. It's just the Rilla, and I'm glowing, so I glow like a star. So Glorilla, get out of here. No, it's gorilla. You sound like a gorilla. Glorilla. Man, I tell you that these the sister's been working hard. The sister's been working hard to to destroy not just themselves but their entire everybody that they know. And so what I'm doing is I am for some folks sending out the link if they want to come up. G Dub, I sent you I sent you a link. Anybody wants to come up and have a chit chat, email me, and I'll send you the link. MBD, do you see B Dubs acting a fool overseas? Before too long, you see B Dubs. If you see B Dubs overseas, nobody will want them in their country. Black men do not help them. Exactly, that's right. Thanks for the reminder, James Wingate, $5. Listen, about that, yeah. So about that BW that went to Thailand, but she was in like Japan, was broke, got some money, went to Korea, broke or something like that, and ended up in Thailand, and people gave her the money and uh, giving her money, sending her this, sending her that, and then she went and started set tripping, destroying property overseas. And I told you, what did I tell you? I told you before what the game plan was, and that broad was sent out on a dummy mission. I believe somehow the spirits of these evil B Dubs influenced her to go out and try to disparage black men. What is it? By proxy. By proxy by disparaging and destroying their image, and now destroy the black man's image. Because they what she do? She started doing live streams, hanging out with black men. She started hanging at receiving money from these black men who are influencers, who are content creators, and then she just goes out there and starts set tripping. G Dub, what's going on?
I'm doing great. Oh, I'm doing great. Woo! I think I did a video series going back 2010. Yeah, 2010. Saying black women, you are being replaced. And I know you followed up like I think it was 3 years after I started that series. I did I think a 10 or 11 part series. Breaking it down, each video of that, I think 10 or 11 part series, I still got it stashed in one of my external hard drives. Breaking it down how it's not going to matter no more. You got the vibrations already came in. They're the first ones that inputted on these brothers to date out, by the way. Then you start having these foreign girls. Now, me and you are about the same age or close to it, about the same generation, like a couple of years apart from one another. But the point being is, you remember back in the early 90s when the first wave generation of Salvadorians, Guatemalans, and Ecuadorians and Hondurans were coming here in New York? Dude, all those young girls, they started dating brothers within say a couple of years, within 2-3 years. And from 1990 up to the present day, that haven't changed. Now imagine this current wave where you got Ukrainian women are coming here, refugees. You got refugee Chinese, the Han Chinese coming here as we speak. You still got women from the West Indies. A lot of people don't know that. Heavy the paint. A lot of women from the West Indies are coming up here. So, like you were saying before, if you go overseas and get a black woman, and I said that in one of my earlier videos about the series of black women being replaced, that black American woman still gonna be replaced because that black foreign woman has a strong cultural foundation. Yeah, there's some of them that are polluted and corrupted. It's 50-50 at best. But there's a better chance that she's going to replace you with a better culture, with femininity intact, with the sense of urgency of respecting the patriarchy intact. Something that black women just, for some strange reason, to everybody else outside looking in for some strange reasons, don't know how to practice. But I try to tell brothers, this woman been defected for over 500 years. Out of that 500 years, the last 350 plus years, it was hardwired that set that she was done. The reason why you got all these hoteps dude talking about, hey, let's go back in the Renaissance of black community back in the day. Back then, black people were forced under Jim Crow, forced under redlining, forced under black black codes and all these black laws and other misogynist type of laws against black men. They were forced.
You know what's
Those days are
crazy?
gone.
Yeah, so the
Put
problem
that
that
put that comment up. Put that comment up. That I guess the last comment that popped up right there. Like that dude
yeah,
said, someone they out of their ways. If nobody, it's not nobody's business. If they don't want to see it, it's just cut off the TV. Or black parents should send their kids to HBCU. But here's the crazy part. Did you know HBCUs are recruiting non-black students now? It can't be all black centric anymore.
okay, yeah. So let me check my last email. One brother in West Virginia giving an account of what he saw with Asian women who came over to intern. Okay, let me see.
Right.
Yeah. So the thing, what I was going to say is, what I was going to, damn, I almost lost my. But yeah. So
Right.
here's the deal. The problem, with these hoteps and Afrocentric guys, they want to be able to like rebuild the black community. The last thing, the main issue that's going to be that's holding as a collective back is um, was not a choice. So it
Right.
was not a choice. If you subscribe to that, everybody came over on the boats as slaves. It was not a choice. So therefore, if it was not a choice, it was not a choice for you to work here in this country for free as a slave. It was not a choice in the back of the bus, sit in the back of the thing. None of this shit was your choice.
Right.
So
Drinking a
therefore,
separate water
trying
fountain.
to build.
Go ahead. Hello? Hello? MBD? Go ahead, folks. I think we have some technical difficulties on MBD's end. Hold on. Let me read the. Now I can't hear him. One dude said, oh, Roastmaster said, hey, brothers, have y'all noticed that Lord Mayo keeps deleting Keishas? Yeah, it's actually spiking this year. I think it's like over 15 deletions from him.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell going on with that.
Yeah, you said something pretty interesting. So, like, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I was saying that okay, I don't know where I got cut off at, but I was talking about how all the different people came over here, how they brought black folks over here and they brought black folks over here. Well, black men primarily. Got to remember, it was primarily 80% brothers,
With black
20%
men.
females. Right,
Right.
because they were not trying to reproduce you over here.
No.
They were having you over here to work.
Yeah,
so
we
don't let them
were
lie
a
to you.
manual workforce. That's
Right.
all we
So
were.
that's the whole problem that like Hollywood's version of slavery is they don't tell you that it was predominantly black men only for
Yeah.
centuries.
Yeah,
So
it's like that with anything that's slavery. It's always predominantly incorporated by men than women.
okay, so check this out. What the brothers are doing now, right? Like I was saying, the brothers that came over here, they didn't have a choice where they were going to sit on the bus, where they were going to sit in the movie theater, who they could be, who could not, all of that. But now, when brothers are going overseas to Thailand, to Brazil, to the Philippines, like the immigrants from back in the day. They are choosing to start new families. They're choosing to create businesses. They're choosing this whole new uh, 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 lifestyle. So their descendants of that will be in a better place because their their the progenitor, the patriarch, is the one that actually, it was his choice. It was something that his heart was in, and he wanted to create and start something new. The
Right.
problem we're having with black folks these days is we're descendants of people who didn't want to do this shit. And so
Correct.
they're fighting with each other because you're a descendant of a person who just didn't want to, you didn't want to be here in the first place. And so you're using that as a crutch on why you're not getting your shit together. It's because, oh, you know what? Our ancestors didn't want to do this shit anyways. So I really don't want to, I don't really feel like I need to work. I want my reparations, things like that. So what we're looking at is brothers that are making new moves to something like this. Brothers are making new moves to something like this. Brothers are making new moves, right? And
Right.
and they're choosing to uh, uh, to create families and legacies in new environments. They are the new immigrants worldwide. And so yeah, so BW is going to have to get to understand that because it's going to be it's going to be rough for them.
You know, my favorite part with Umar Johnson say he will figure out why black men would defect from black women, right? As a collective, as a whole. But at the exact same, he will understand the reason why and then explain it and contextualize it. But at the end of the day, oh, it's your fault why she's like that. No, that's not my fault. That's nobody's here's fault. You know whose fault it is? That's Mr. Force's fault. That's his Frankenstein. You should point the finger at Mr. Force and say, you coming at brothers like us. You wasting your time over. You need to, well, I don't even want to go further in depth who Umar really is because for those that don't know, too bad for those that just figured out recently, the guy is an immigrant. He's not born in the United States.
You say Umar wasn't born here in the States?
Yeah, he's not American.
You say so he's a tether.
Yeah,
that's
so
what they call them now, tethers.
Yeah, so what Umar is, Umar's not from Africa. He's from the Western Hemisphere. He's from the islands. He's from, if I'm not mistaken, he's from Cuba. So his mother is Cubana, and his dad is I think Trinidadian, if I'm not mistaken. So Umar Johnson, that's a made up name. That's not his birth name.
Yeah, wasn't it supposed to be Shoemaker or something?
Yes. Because his mother's an Afro-Cuban Cuban lady, and his dad is Afro-Trinidadian.
I gotta check that out because I haven't heard that.
Yeah. This dude, I've been saying that for a long time, either on G Plus back in the day. This dude been scamming motherfuckers, and everybody's been listening to him because, like you said at the beginning of the show earlier, right? Like, what was it, half an hour ago? You said that one of the dudes on the live stream said, hey, I will pull up 5 years of waiting to find a black woman that's compatible with me. Who the fuck would do that?
He said if you have to wait 10 to 15 years, he'll do that.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that. No, fuck that. If I have to go out overseas, and I don't give a fuck about to go to the south of the border. Dude, fellas don't understand this. Latino women alone in the south of the border are begging to come up here to get away from their abusive Hispanic men. I hope your brothers understand this. I saw this. I know you saw this in New York back in the early 90s. They couldn't wait. They are begging to come up here.
That's crazy.
Forget about building a wall, brothers. That trust me, you don't want that wall to be built. You get a fresh new pool. You guys gonna have to I'm going. I'm going to be the first one to say it. I think I haven't said it in a long time, but I'm going to say it up here for the first time in your live stream. A lot of you brothers going to have to learn to take adult education classes to fix your speech vernacular. That's the facts. If you want to get attractive women, a lot of us eventually gonna have to learn a new language when we live abroad. That's come with the territory. But a lot of y'all, you're gonna have to get re-educated. You can't do the same shit over and over thinking, hey, I'm gonna expect a different outcome. No, that hasn't worked. Black women are never gonna change, give up that wet dream. Okay, there will never be the phoenix of the black community. I tell brothers this for a long time. Planet Vegeta is dead, Mars is dead, so is Krypton and Planet Namek. And
Yeah, most of these.
Planet Voltron, they dead. They not coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah, most of these dudes aren't even trying to build anything. They just want to hit it,
Mhm.
and they just want to hit it the way they want to hit it. And so this and the problem is they're looking at these B dubs, and it's like they're tired of having to jump through the hoops to tap that ass the way they want that ass.
You,
But the problem is, because these ladies are putting up these obstacles for them to get the punani, but the dudes that they allow them to have the punani don't have to do half the work, and that's
right.
where most of the complaint comes from.
Yeah, but
So
I'm going to show you the statistic numbers of men. I think I got it on this computer. I don't know if I'll be able to screenshot it, but the last time I checked in 2019, if I could find it, damn, because I got I think the last time I checked was over 28% of men in the United States are virgins between the ages of 15 and 45, never had a sexual encounter with a woman. And that's including a lot of black men. So when you hear, these broads saying that, black men are thirsty, they thirsty because they never had an actual sexual encounter. They never had a romantic encounter with a woman. That's the thing. These black males never had that. So that's why you see a high suicide rate. A lot of people don't understand that the vast majority of black males are egalitarian. We socially egalitarian. We don't like conflict, like everybody make it seem like we don't. We far from liking conflict. Black men want a peace of mind, a state of mind. The overwhelming majority of black men want that.
So I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I should have looked into it, but I haven't because I've been looking into other stuff. What the hell is this 4B shit? I know it comes from Korea, or Koreans were trying it, but
okay.
I mean they're not even following it.
All right, I'll tell you what it is. It's a new wave of feminism. Okay. The brother YouTube channel, I think his name is Bearded OG. I think that's his name from his YouTube channel. He breaks it down because he lives in Japan and he's married. He just had a kid. Well, actually, no. I think he got 2 or 3 kids in Japan. Don't quote me on that. I know he got a couple of kids. And he breaks it down about the 4B movement. These are women in South Korea that are supposedly tired of the patriarchy. So, but a lot of people don't know that the birth rates are plummeting, and these women don't want to be pressured to be stay-at-home wives. And a lot of these guys in Korea, Korean men in general, either they are nationalized or migrant and became nationalized. They look, we don't mind you women having a job, but you got to realize that you have to have wifey duties. Like, you don't mind me having a job, but I got to come home and be a husband and a father. So it's basically, like you said, a feminine movement against procreation, because, quote unquote, men are pressuring, South Korean men are supposedly pressuring South Korean women to give birth, which is bullshit. The birth rate been at a low birth rate. Do you know how long Japan and South Korea was playing with this birth rate problem? It started in 1970 with the oil crisis embargo. It started in 1970. That's the exact same problem in Italy. Italy, the average age in Italy is between the age of 45 and 65. Half their population is octogenarian class. You got, in other words, you got senior citizens, and they don't have enough youth to have kids.
That's crazy shit. But check this for the brother to send me the email about info on
Right.
the foreign students. It didn't open up. So if you got like another you got like another a way of sending it to me, open up it because it just it's a bunch of ones and zeros. So yeah, because I would like to or somebody's typed it. But I'm sure, like a lot of the foreign chicks coming over here,
Yeah.
are you know they want to try some of that dark meat before they go home.
Let me tell you something, dude. A lot of these foreign women that come here, they're gonna want to stay here. I'm seeing this is like 1990 all over again. They want to stay here. They don't, at any circumstances, want to go back. The vast majority of people do not want to go back. You know, we contrary to belief, our inflation rate is hovering between 2.8 to 3%. The rest of the world inflation rate is pretty high. The only thing we have to deal with is price inflation, which is by corporations. That is beyond the control of the politicians, unless they decide to hammer down. You know how capitalism is. That's a whole nother story. And I don't want to
Right.
get too much in the politics of the crux of it while I'm getting that.
You know, once soon as I'm telling you, the next step is one of these brothers has got some serious money is going to pull a Larry Ellis and they're going to start buying up some property overseas, some real property,
Oh yeah,
and then they're going to just going to him and his homies they're going to start their own little community and shit. Because brothers are already doing that. I mean, since you know the rest of the world are having problems with fertility rates,
yeah,
Africa's not having that problem. You know,
dude.
so
Did
the
you know, like
Africans,
people don't understand that? I know you know this. In Central Africa, which is Sub-Sahara, it's about the last time I checked was 2.4 billion people. Just that one little region alone. In Central Africa, that's how big the population is.
I mean,
So
so
when you
brothers
hear,
can,
yeah, when
yeah,
people
go,
talk about like it's 850 million people in Africa, like no, that's the West Coast. That's the West Coast. The central part of Africa, the Sub-Sahara, is about 2.4 billion people right now, and it's not slowing down.
well, what I'm thinking is once those Africans start moving, you know, I mean, they're already moving heavy up there in Europe.
Right.
Uh,
Because it's closer. That's why.
right. Yeah, yeah. See, so that's the next thing. So I've been seeing a lot of that lately, right here. This comment: Africa has its own SYSBO,
Yeah.
SYSBO movement.
Dude, what's
West
that
African,
island? What's that
yeah.
island closer to the west coast of Africa? I forgot the name of that island. God damn, there's a movie based on that. I forgot they called it. Damn it. But
I know.
it's part of it is African. It's an African island, but I forgot what it's
Right.
called. And the women there are beautiful. Oh my!
Yeah,
Matter
those.
of
That's
fact, they look
it.
no different from the attractive looking BWs here. They just act more feminine and cooperative. That's the only difference.
Yeah, it's Cape Verde.
Yes, Cape Verde. And I
Okay.
forgot what they call the movement. There's something about Cape Verde movement, some shit like that. But all the brothers from South Africa all the way up to the Ivory Coast are grabbing Cape Verde. Dude, it's so bad with the women's shortage in Cape Verde. The governor and the president is blockading women being married and shipped out of there right now.
So what you're saying is, so the brothers, the African cats are going to Cape Verde to scoop up Cape Verdean women.
Right.
Okay, so right, so but a lot of brothers are moving into those Morocco and Algerian and Egyptian, Tunisian, and a lot of them are scooping them up in France because France used to
conquer them. So you have a
right.
lot of them that have been there for generations.
Right. So yeah, so in France proper, a lot of them are coming up French, Moroccan, French, Algerian, French, Tunisian. But I didn't know about what was going on in Cape Verde. I got to check that out.
Yeah, dude, it's
Uh,
so bad that the government is like trying to slow it down.
Slow down what? So they're trying to stop others from flying in
Yeah,
and
because what
them up,
happens
or
is like people from like West Africa, people like from Cameroon and what you would call it, Mozambique.
right.
The women over there were complaining to the government of what you would call it, saying that these men are being misogynist to these women. They treat them like slavery, and no, they're not. They just marry them, and you know where they living in? They living in Thailand. They moving them into fucking Vietnam. They moving them into fucking what you would call Cambodia and Laos.
Crazy.
The ugly bitches are complaining. Ugly bitches in Africa are complaining that Cape Vernon women are the cream of the crop. They're like one fat bitch from Zimbabwe or Zambia, one of the two countries over there, was complaining about. First, we had to deal with the Moroccan women. Then we had to deal with the Egypt women. Then we had to deal with the what you would call it, the women from the Guyana women. Now I'm like, damn, you that upset because she can't compete. But people got to realize that for every one guy, there's like at least 30 to 100 women for every one guy. So the odds of men being married to more than one woman are very slim to none.
Yeah, it's a um,
It's a
you know,
cruel
it's
world, but it
getting,
is what it
yeah.
is.
He's saying so. Let's say South African men going for Cape Verdean chicks. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Damn. Damn. I guess it's real heavy and
And,
shit. So
and,
they
and,
must be
hold on.
important though.
Let me remind you. Let me remind the brother that post that. It's not white South African men, by the way. It's black
Yeah.
South
That's what.
African men that's grabbing them up. These African men that I talk about that's grabbing up these women from Cape Verde. Yep, that's Cape Verde. That's what they look like.
Oh,
And I
this ain't a
forgot the
Cape Verdean though.
yeah. Well, some of them look like that. What you call
I'm
it? There's
sure. I'm
another.
sure.
There's they started to creep up in Madagascar. I don't know if you know about that. Yes, there are some attractive women, very attractive women in Madagascar and the islands off of the fucking East Coast. They grab them. These guys are grabbing women, and the main reason one guy they interviewed with his woman, why everybody's grabbing up Cape Verdean women like this, and Madagascar and Moroccan and Egyptians, like they or women from Eritrea and Ethiopian chicks, because those women are very traditional. They don't argue, they don't cuss at you right in front of your kids, they don't disrespect your in-laws. They don't try to spend up all your money, and if anything, they try to save your money. So when when you and her get older and grow old, it happens. You want to have financial stability. These modern day African chicks don't give a fuck.
He's saying North African women in France marry West African. Yes, I did a video.
Yes,
I forgot what's called Burke. I forgot what it's something in French that means brunette
brunette.
um, with black or African men or something like that. They were supposed to
Yes,
be some French Facebook called Face something, and the French with the Moroccan men or the Arab men were using that Facebook type of page to like shame these women for being with African men,
yeah, because
and
they
they were
couldn't compete.
right, and they were blaming it on blaming it on uh, Kim Kardashian because of
Yeah,
her looks, because she looks like Middle Eastern skin and stuff like that, so
she's
they blamed it
Armenian.
on her,
Yeah,
right? And so they were saying that she um, uh, did you see the email? Yes, I see the email. I got the. I have the audio loaded up. So I'm trying to figure out how to get it so I can play where everybody can hear it.
see. Oh, here. Oh, okay.
But anyways, I was I was saying that, so
Go ahead.
they were saying that, the Arab pissed off that, the African men are moving heavy on the Middle Eastern or the North African Berber type of females. So I'm sure it's a lot heavier now. Because what is the end game? Do we do we fight the haters by showing more and more PPP passports, pregnancy photos, or more happy brothers with bunny photos, receipts? What's the end game here, fellas? Okay, well, I mean, the end game is for every brother to make their decision to be in the best space possible. That is the end game, because that's how you defeat it, by not playing the stupid games that they got coming, that they want you to play. And that's how you defeat that shit. Right. Yeah, the end game is creating a good life for yourself. That's what it is. You're going to have to let Rome burn. You're going to have to let the community die out. The problem is, we are too busy trying to
try to keep it on life support.
Right, we're trying to save this, and that's the problem. Is everybody, all these other people who are, some of them are speaking against this. What you see here, others understand it. Others are trying to get the sisters to understand, but they're not going to understand because they're free. They don't have to. And that's the problem that you guys gotta understand. They have choices. They have choices too, and they're choosing what they're choosing. You gotta respect their choice. They choose NBA YoungBoy, as they chose Tupac from before.
Yeah.
As they chose Willie Brown before that.
You remember Trench from Naughty in Nature?
Right. They chose who they chose. You gotta respect that. That's what they want. En masse, because they got the swag. Little Durk.
Little Durk. Oh, what the hell? I've never heard these names. Little Durk.
Little Durk, the rapper from, was it Chicago?
Oh, I never even heard of it.
Him and King Von, and Von is now dead because they're trying to live that street life. Little Durk is a rapper, supposedly a drill rapper. They chose that, guys. That's what you got to understand. What they want is a pseudo alpha male that got bodies, or
that got bitches pregnant.
Right. Or they want the rich baller out there who's making the millions of dollars. If they can't get those two, but I'm sorry, let me roll it back. They really want is Brad Pitt.
But they can't.
And Billy Bob Thornton. But they can't get those guys. So next up on the level is either a famous sports player, a rapper, that's right underneath that, or right underneath the rapper is the street dude, the money street, D-boy. I mean, that's why they make songs about him. Block Boys, that's the latest song that's out about, I need a block boy and all that other shit. All of that shit is what they're telling you. They're singing songs of what type of men they want. The rubber band man, what's going on, brother?
Mad Bus Driver, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing fine. How are you?
What's up? How y'all brother doing tonight, man?
Doing good.
Hey, look, man. It's just, I think you're hitting on point, man. They are singing the songs they want. They're telling you what type of men they want, and I think the brothers need to start waking up and realizing.
It ain't you. That's all I have to tell you.
It's not you, man.
You. It ain't you.
No, it ain't you, man. I was listening to I listened to one of your videos, Mad Bus Driver. You must have watched that video I did on your boy. That video I sent you on Dennis Sperling.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Dennis Sperling is all over the place. 1 minute he tell you to go to Africa, then the next minute, you know what I'm saying? The next minute
he can't make up his mind. He can't make up his mind because he's overwhelmed with us brothers doing something that he wish he should have done. Instead, he went to DR and got himself a Dominican Afro chick.
Yeah, yeah, man. But then he tells us. Then he says he wants his son to marry black women. Now I
That ain't
understand
happening.
that I understand that his first wife is a Keisha, and he got to maintain some peace. No, man. I think his fiance is the mestizo Dominican chick. She
Yeah.
she a mestizo.
She's some light skinned bitch.
Yeah. But he gonna tell he gonna say, well, I prefer my sons to marry black women. Well, time out, man. Hold on, bro. No saying. And you got a mestizo chick. You got. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
The bitch passed as a light skinned black woman.
Yeah, you got a mestizo chick.
Yeah.
So where is she from? She's from the Dominican?
Yeah,
she's from the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
She's one of those light skinned half-breed
So he went
Dominican chicks.
He went SYSBM.
Yeah, he did.
To a degree. But he's telling his sons to regress to black women.
No, yeah. I think he just tells us that he tells his son that. Right, because he's still got an audience of a lot of BWs that I mean, that's the conflict. That's just the conflict that you're got to deal with. There's no hate on him or his girl.
Yeah.
No need to disrespect.
No, there's no hate. I'm not disrespecting.
Right.
No.
Right. So he you still gotta maintain what you gotta maintain. So right.
I hate you, man. Yeah.
So it's because he still wants to be invited to the barbecue. I understand that.
That's what it is.
Barbecue.
It's the cookout, man.
He still want to be.
The cookouts filled with ladies nowadays. You see the black Negro cookouts. There's hardly any men up there besides adolescent boys.
Right. So a lot of those guys, they still want to be invited. They still want to stay cool with their peoples and stuff like that. But then, I mean, just like no disrespect, but Kevin Samuels, who did he tap out with?
Tapped out with a Dominican chick.
Yeah.
A full Dominican chick.
Right.
A red bone.
Right. But no, wasn't she Mexican or something like that?
No, Dominican. She's from Dominican Republic.
Yeah. Okay. She was a red bone. Yeah, she was a high yellow red bone chick.
Yeah.
No, she would be the mestizos or whatever.
Yeah.
Mexican.
No.
Okay.
She's mestizos.
Okay, so because when you say red bone, there people associate that with a light-skinned black person. So if she's a mestizos, that means she's Spanish and Indian.
Yeah, so correction. Red bone actually means she's half white, half black.
Well, yeah, because
I understand that there was a whole section of red bones that were just that. But what I'm saying is black folks co-opted red bone. Yes. So when you say red bone, one automatically assumes light-skinned black person.
Yeah.
So she's a mestizos that Kevin Samuels tapped.
We refer to the immigrants like that because majority of their heritage, just like up here in the States, are mixed. So that's the only way we could contextualize it in the format.
Because Donovan, because you got to remember now, in each Latin country, mestizo, like in Brazil, if someone calls you a mestizo, that means you half black, half Brazilian, half Indian, half black Brazilian. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're mixed.
Yeah, you're a cartel mix.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A
lot of people don't know that the founder of Chicago is a mulatto from Haiti.
Yeah, John Baptiste.
John Baptiste. Which that was supposed to be a military fort and a refuge center, and Black American men helped them build that city. But a lot of people don't know that when Jeff Baptiste went back to Haiti and said, "Hey, I got a sanctuary for you to come back to, go to America," they did. They turned him down and called him a traitor.
Yeah, because up here in North America, back then a mixed race was called a Melungian. If you were a Melungian, you were mixed race down south of the border.
Right. Okay, but guys, so what I was going to say is, what's it? I was going to say is, you got to remember that Kevin Samuels went out with, who he went out with. Dennis Sperling is engaged or married to or dating who he is with. But we got to remember, like, just like Kevin Samuels tried to have a Facebook group where he was denying other groups of women from different cultures from talking to the eligible black men in that group. Meanwhile, he was with a Latina. Same with Dennis Sperling, saying that I want my kids or stay away from them white girls or whatever it is, while being with somebody non-black. It's we got to remember who they with. You know, they tell you publicly this, but privately they would not be involved with these type of women.
Yeah, and they will make sure their kids won't be involved with them.
Exactly.
That's just a public saving face stunt, a publicity stunt, attract more viewership for more money.
Yeah,
you got to remember, lawyers by design are naturally grifters. The ones that are extremely financially successful.
Yeah, and also too that brother a while back that took a shot at you, Mad Buster, Andre from Love and Borders. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He, you know what I'm saying? He clearly was a straight up, straight up mestizo chick. Straight up mestizo chick.
Oh, wait a minute.
Who are you talking about?
You remember a while back that Andre from Love and Borders. You know when you first put out your book, I saw one of the chats. You know what I'm saying? And one of the videos you put in the chat. You know what I'm saying? He kind of took a shot at you about your book, and you sent him a link. You know what I'm saying, to where someone had read your book and something. They read an article about it. I don't know if that was him or somebody else. It was a while back. You know what I'm saying? It was a while back, but I just noticed a lot of these guys like Phil Scott. The Phil Scott, he be talking that pro-black stuff. You know,
right? And he's
the Vibe show, yeah. Just like what Cortez Smith said. Dennis said that he only said that because he didn't want to hear the flock phone quiches in real life. I'm like, yeah, because these niggas get scared. They get scared.
You know what, man? You know, and the wild thing is that like this past year, these ABWs have been taking some ad. Like, who was that chick that was with on the football player, Travis Kelce?
Yeah, the one that beat the shit out of her to death, nearly to death.
Yeah. No. That was a cat in Seattle. I'm talking the one for the Chiefs. Travis Kelce. He was dating that chick named Kayla Nicole, man. And I mean, and these Chiefs had a meltdown when he went to Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Hey, man.
You know why, right? Did you know he made his ex-girlfriend that was black? He never paid for a date.
Yeah,
he never paid for a date for 10 years that they were together.
Yeah, he only gave her like $100 in 5-6 years, dude. Like, I mean, that was like cold, dude.
Right, and now he's paying millions for Taylor Swift.
Yes, and
he's got the money but that's what she and your girl Ebony K. Williams and these other women who are now complaining after the fact that Brad ran through them like prune juice. They complain, and now they want to be talking about either pro-black or black women. You know, you stand in your square on whatever it is because you got used. I mean, he was never going to plan on marrying you. I don't understand what these broads. They thought these dudes were going to build castles for them. These guys are not going to slay and conquer lands for them. They didn't even do it for their own women. What makes you think they would have done it for you?
Yeah, but the
built none of this. Built none of this America or Europe and all that conquering stuff for their women. Their women were just tools to create more of them as a white man. This is why they were considered property of said white man. Even though they were supposed to have been married or whatever it is.
Yeah,
even in the United States of America. So I don't understand why these sisters think that the white dude is going to build for them when he couldn't and he refused to do it for his own supposed own women. And that's the thing that perplexes me, that they were shocked. You know, you gave your prime to that dude. Now you want to tell me, and other young brothers. You want to tell this brother on the screen that he needs to stay away from her. He's getting more. He's 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 benefiting her more than you benefited the white man, right? She's benefiting him more than that white man benefited you. That's how. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know. It's
Hey
just
man, because
crazy.
Ebony K. Williams was a side piece for 10 years. She
Yeah,
was a second.
that's all she was.
Yeah, because like she don't care about it, man. That dude was married. Yeah, even though he was separated, he was still married. She was just decided he went back. He went back to his wife, and I'm like, you side piece for 10 years. 10 years.
Right. It's crazy. But I mean, yeah, like Eartha Kitt, like that chick Eartha Kitt,
Oh, the
cat
first
lady
black
got
cat
ran
woman,
through.
yeah.
They did
Yeah.
they did a threesome on her. All right, they did all types of crazy shit. My aunt was, wild with Brad kids, all that stuff. That's just crazy.
You know what, man? I just find it because I just find like I was telling someone, I got a buddy of mine who went down to Colombia on one of those dumb dating tours, and of course he went down there on I mean it's mad women on them dating tours, but of course he went down looking for a Keisha down there, Spanish Keisha. He got down like, dude, I went down there. He said all the Afro Colombian chicks be chasing white boy. He said he said the main chicks trying to get with you with the mestizos and the straight up freaking white Colombian chicks.
Yep.
I mean, homie, I said that's who you need to
No,
rock with.
no, but you tell the truth because I've been to Colombia for years, and that's all that was approaching me: the mestizos and the actual white Colombian chicks.
Yeah,
The Afro ones didn't want to have nothing to do with me. Let me remind you, they didn't want to have shit to do with me, but they'd go after these white foreigners.
Because those are the guys that got the money. They believe.
But these guys were working at Target pushing fucking shopping carts.
Right. And they be broker than the brothers that come down there.
Yeah.
Because they know that they can win easy. The other chicks are smarter because they've done their research and shit. The word has got that these other dudes are just flying down, just and using their passport.
Yeah,
and they use it. Yeah, they learn that shit early. And so now they're seeing, Black American men showing up. They know this brother is working hard and have fatter pockets or whatever it is. But plus, they'll get the benefit of the bamboo. So for them ladies, it's a win-win for them. So now they're gonna get the cash, they'll get the inches. So let's just keep it moving. We want to keep PC.
Mm-hmm. So, keep those inches.
The inches, they get the they get the back blown out.
Yeah.
But what's going on is what I wanted to start this is this whole uproar, this fake drama over the NBA, the NFL draft.
Oh my God!
Because these young brothers are not the young brothers. You turn you turn the audio into a 58-second clip vid. Okay, I'll work on it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that on this one right here.
Right.
But anyway, so I was like, you know who's been hanging around?
Oh,
yeah,
our favorite buck breaking boy himself.
My man right here, he just wants to hang around. He can't go nowhere. He wants to be seen. So you've been seen. Yeah. Anyways, so these guys, these people, you know what? Since you're here, why don't you come up?
Yeah, come up.
Because you had your own channel. You've been doing live streams, so you shouldn't be
that difficult.
Right. So come on up. So what you do is you got my email, right? If you don't, there it is. That's the email. So send me an email, and I'll send you the link. You come on up and chill. Sit here. You want to be seen? All right.
I mean, that kid's too buck broken to even show up.
No,
if he does, I'd be shocked.
there's no need for the disrespect. We just want to, you have to have a conversation.
Okay.
Come
Make
on
your
down,
point.
and since you want to be, you want to make yourself known.
Yeah.
Come
You
on and
want to hang
join.
out with the cool kids? Come on.
Anyway, so these NBA and the NFL players on the draft. They said I just poked around a bit, haven't watched much content in months. I'm currently watching. Okay, whatever, man.
Okay.
Whatever. Anyway, so like I was
Like I
saying,
said.
the NFL draft. These young guys are showing up in the draft with their girlfriends, and it's pissing people off because the majority of them have gotten um, white or non-black women.
Right.
So it's made a lot of people pissed off, and a lot of women have been going on the internet talking cash yickety yak and disrespect and saying horrible stuff and complaining. And this guy ain't gonna say nothing about that because they're women. So because they're women, he can't hold them accountable. He can only hold the guys accountable for what they say because we're misogynoir and all of those things. But these women who are saying horrible things about these young boys who did nothing to them, they get a pass. They get a pass. Um, I can't multitask. Also, I'm finishing my book under contract with universities. Okay. So, I mean, you're just going back and forth with people in there.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so what do you guys think about that? The NBA draft.
Well, you know what?
NFL draft.
Pretty,
NFL draft.
oh no,
No,
it's you gonna see the NBA draft ain't gonna be that much different. Actually, they haven't been that much different in decades with the NBA draft. But I don't know why they bitch about the NFL draft. I mean, what's the big deal?
yeah. I can tell you why. It's a big deal. I can tell you it's a big deal. It's a big wow. All right, let's time travel back 10 years. You may would have 10, 50 years. You may would have saw maybe one Becky. You know what I'm saying? Okay, maybe three. Let's see, three Beckys with a brother. All right, you know what I'm saying? And there's a clicking sound in the background. There's a clicking sound. All right. Then now we fast forward. Now that on the internet is full stream, you got Passport Bros, you got SYSBN. Most of you saw that in the first round, maybe three or four. But see now, like you know what I'm saying, what you know it's real, and people are getting like hit in the face with it. When the first and second round was all Becky, like the first round was hard, but that second round was worse. And that second round, because that second round was even worse, and it was like a really punch in the face. They literally saw like they were losing. Well, it's like you freaking know you're losing, but when you see it in your face and it's put in your face like just like Matt Butler said, they were spiking the football. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like okay, like you know what I'm saying? Like 2 years ago, the wide receiver who got drafted by the Titans for my Tennessee Titans. All right, and a brother on YouTube said this. He was very intriguing. He said that was the hardest flex he ever did. Like he said, that was a hard flex in front of all America because he said that was a hard flex. He said that was a message to Brad and to everybody else that brothers have arrived because you know what I'm saying? This is a black man who came from a single parent household. He graduated with a 3.5 GPA.
Is fine as fuck.
Yes, fine as hell. You know what I'm saying? and he graduated with a 3.
So like what? He's like the top 10 kid of his class, basically.
Yeah. He graduated with a 3.5. He was the number 4 draft pick. All right, wow. And plus in the background, he came from Arkansas. He's from Arkansas. Came from a single parent household. He liked to hunt and fish. But the biggest thing is he had one Becky. He had an army of Beckys in the background.
Oh yes,
he had an army, and that was the hardest flex because that was telling. You know what I'm saying? That was the prelude to the past NFL draft because when he did that, he was flexing hard because this is a man with a 3.5 GPA, He had an army abroad. So if that chick there had decided she didn't want to act right, there's 50 other chicks in the background ready to slit her throat to get to that spot.
That's
you know
right.
Which preluded to this last month's draft. You know what I'm saying? It was he flexed so hard, and that just lets you know brothers are winning. You know what I'm saying? And like Matt Butter said, the brother's been spiking the ball. Now we looking at now that draft, the first round was rough. The second round was even worse. It was Becky's in the second round.
Wow.
It was Becky's in the second round. Now, what if next year we get 3 rounds of Becky's? You know what I'm saying? You get 3 rounds of Becky just there, and Maria's, because there was some Maria's and some Asian chicks mixed in. You know what I'm saying? You ain't see a lot of Keishas. Yeah. So now, and see, after that, Charles and White gave a great breakdown. He said, look, man. He said, look, he said, you got a different crop of young black men. These black men are they're preparing for life after football.
That's right.
So he said, if you he said, a lot of these sisters, you know what I'm saying? He said, the deep brother sisters who get with a brother, they get rid of the sister because the sister, let's say he's at a business meeting. A lot of business meetings, you're bringing your girl with you at a formal function. And he said, your girl getting all jealous because some other woman is talking to you, but she not there hounding you. She's sizing you up for her husband who want to do business with you. And your girl worrying about you know what I'm saying? I'm your Johnson. He said, whereas Becky, the white girl, I'm saying, he said, as soon as you get on, she get married. Then Becky trying to set you up with a foundation. Freaking Becky trying to, you know what I'm saying? Becky trying to help you establish your connection for after football. He said, freaking Keisha ain't thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? She ain't thinking about that. He said, freaking Becky trying to find you the best financial advisor because she knows if she find that's gonna help both of y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when he said,
dude, look what happened to Damian Lillard. He got fucking divorced just this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's what before he went to Milwaukee Bucks, his wife divorced him and took half his shit. Half his shit. I'm like, damn.
So my brother Intellect says, I'm no pro athlete, but I get remarried and have another kid. Wife/mom is going to be either Latina or Asian. Definitely aiming towards East Asian.
Right.
So, I mean, brothers is making those decisions heavy. Yeah. Brothers is making them decisions heavy. And so, because the competition is fierce, like that right there.
See, why these bitches get upset that these women right here play the long game? Because, the long game is youth can only last so long. We all know that men age slower than women because we tend to die a lot sooner than women. So would it make sense for you to get with a mate for the long term until death do you part?
Yeah, that's what you want. You want that long-term situation, that long-term setup.
You want, that long-term financial security because dick hopping for women. It nowadays it's not kind of rough. It is rough. You have to worry about STDs. You have to worry about being financial ruin. Oh, my brother Cadillac. If that's Cadillac Gaddafi, if that is, shout out to him. But anyway, you have to worry about all this stuff. DW's thinking about short-term shit.
Right. It's just they're not thinking about long term. They're thinking about getting on that TV show, the Real Housewives or whatever.
Yeah, man.
So
the glue on to the press on nails to the BBLs.
Yeah, man, because see, like I told you, and plus too, the brother who's a receiver who got drafted, you know what I'm saying? The girl that he married, she got money. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
No,
so you don't have to worry about being broke.
No, because her dad is a real estate investor and her mother was a doctor. He married in the money. That's how you do it.
Intergenerational wealth. That's what you're supposed to do.
He must do.
Why do you want to struggle in case this system that I have in store for my future fail? I got a parachute soft landing.
Yeah.
because Negroes aren't thinking like that because they're raised by their mama and
Yeah.
solely their mama. And their mama and solely their mama has been existing off the system for decades now. And so a lot of these dudes see that. A lot of these dudes see that. They see these women, their mamas, getting handouts from the state, getting handouts from other people. They think they can live their life like that. I see it every day. And it's like, it's really sad brothers are doing that. I understand the haters want to hate because we are putting the blame where the blame is supposed to be put. It is supposed to be put at the sacred cow. It is the mama. Because the mama in this country, because it's not Afghanistan, the mama in this country, because it's not Saudi Arabia, the mama in this country gets to choose freely who she is with and who she wants to procreate with. And so it, so she bears massive responsibility for the who the father of the child is and the environment for where the child is being raised. And if she keeps choosing NBA YoungBoy, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get situations where these men can't compete and they fail. And the smart ones see it and they make an adjustment to what you see right here. Those smart brothers are making that adjustment to what you're seeing right here. And the haters don't understand, like Mr. why the community called SYSBM has survived, where the manosphere has went flatline, is because we are for the long term. We are looking to get married and have children and have a legacy, whereas the other group was primarily for arguing with these bitches to come back to the table to negotiate.
Oh, that's the maiden ritual for Cleon.
That's what we're not wanting to be a part of.
Yeah.
We're not trying to negotiate.
Right. That's the
so what do you guys think? What do you think that why SYSB have survived but Manosphere in his toilet?
Because of that. Manosphere
Are you muted or something? Did you unmute yourself?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so
yeah.
Remove, and bring you back in. Hello, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you hear me?
Okay, hold on. I mean, hello.
Yep,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I know what I gotta do. This is with these live streams.
Yeah, sometimes StreamYard be acting funny. It doesn't matter you buy the premium package or not. It just does that from time to time.
Yeah, man. It's funny, man, because it's funny you said that, man, because the reason why SYSBM survives, man, because I got them all the time.
Okay, I'm back. Could you guys hear me before or what?
Yeah, we could hear you before.
Oh, okay, I couldn't hear you. I could hear you.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah, the reason why SYSBM has survived, man, but because you guys have been consistent, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you guys do not allow any, you know what I'm saying? Our first thing you don't do is allow, you know what I'm saying, for the females on the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is a place strictly for black men. You got guys who constantly, you know what I'm saying, they compromise their stuff and they let BWs come on there, you know what I'm saying? And
dump beat down. They're not 10 toes down.
Yeah, man.
And what they want to do is this is what those type of black men in Mansfield wanted, and I've been saying this for a long time. And I'm friends with a dude named Paul Bryant that said this, and he took the words out of my mouth. We both the same for a few years. Those type of black men, I also call them simps, the manosphere. What they want is they want black women to straighten up. So when they get their so-called sexual fantasies and lustfulness out the way, they could go to the reserve pool of Poon, which is known as BW, to fuck around, and then maybe by stroke of luck, wife up. I'm like, yo, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Black women are not built to be wives, they're built to be whores. Do I have to remind people what happened after the Civil War? People don't understand this, dude. I don't know you know this. In the Civil War, you can look this up. From 18, where is it? From, I say, February of 1866, the year after the Civil War and the start of the Reconstruction, all the way up to, say, the end of Reconstruction, which is 1877, but it continued long after that. But just for that 11-year period, did you know there were 625,000 births in the South by Black women? They came from brothels. A lot of the white Union and Confederate soldiers went AWOL for 11 years, hoping and dumping, taking these bitches to Pound Town just to unload. And you start seeing these biracial children. This is why I tell people the South, you have a more of a biracial, multiracial history in the South than you do in the North. And a lot of these children, just like Richard Pryor said, were the product of brothel. These are quantum kids, octoroon balls.
Hey, man.
These were concubine kids.
I can say one name, Madam C.J. Walker.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, they
don't call lady Madam for no reason. She was a female pimp.
Yep.
These people don't realize that the male pimps didn't came around until what, the 1920s?
Yep.
1930s, Iceberg Slim.
And see, people realize, man, Madam C.J. Walker, she descends from the concept of the mammy, because the mammy used to get the women ready for the master down in the slave house, where he have a house where he go in there, he do all his sexual fantasy with two, three black people, you know what I'm saying, done slave girls.
Right. Do you know the term fancy maids mean, right?
No, explain.
All right. For those that don't know, fancy maids means attractive black woman or attractive negress. That's all it means. So you have ladies like Madam C.J. Walker, which she was a basic looking black female, and then you have the fancy maids. That doesn't mean she had to be light skinned to be attractive. She could be just as dark as the Ace of Spades, but she's very attractive. She was put into the fancy maid role, and she was used. So let's say the slave master, right, will have business partners come to the house, and he needs some persuasion to make a business venture with her. He would use a fancy maid for the nightcap with that business partner to get
Django Unchained.
Yes.
The Django Unchained. We saw that in Django.
Yep.
Django
and that,
Unchained.
And that girl that playing that show, I think was it The Scandal. She was in that movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Kerry Washington. Yep.
Yeah, Kerry Washington, and she played as the fancy maid.
Yeah, so I probably just said what's the link? Send me an email. Send me an email
to milk and those boobies. Oh my God! Passport Bro business class.
Yeah, man. Hey.
So if you want to send a brother, let's see. Hold on a second.
Right, yeah.
Email me here, and I'll send you the link.
You know, it's funny you say that, man, but because you got a lot of these guys who were traveling, and like I watched this dude on YouTube. He's from down my way in southeast New Orleans, southeast Mississippi area, and the dude's down in Colombia, and of course he's from New Orleans. I can tell by how he talk. You heard all got his shades and stuff, and this dude keeps meeting these quality done Colombian, talk about mestizo chick, and he keeps self-sabotaging it. Got the dude's name, and I can why is this dude self-sabotaging? What my boy said, he's a dude. He's a cousin one of Keisha. What you mean?
Hello, good sirs. Let me make sure I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah. The man himself, the Crow.
Yeah. Yeah,
What's
but I
up?
say, what's good, brother? Yo,
We
what's
got
up, bro? Can you hear us? What's up, brother? Can you hear us?
oh, hold on one. Okay, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Mad Bus Driver, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
All right.
Truism, man. Maybe he's getting something ready. He's somebody
Okay,
moving
okay,
around in
okay.
the background.
Yeah, but like I say, man, it was, you know what I'm saying? And one of my partners said, hey, man, he said, you got these guys traveling, man, but they are so used to Keisha. So when they meet a decent home, you know what I'm saying? They can't run game. They can't do the game thing down there in Colombia or Brazil. They can't do the game thing because the game thing is only how they know how to interact with a woman. So when they go overseas, they can't, it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that game program and take it down to Latin America and stuff because it just don't work. You know what I'm saying? It just don't work. You know what I'm saying? And they frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't have their way and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that one dude, he proposed to the girl, gave a ring, then he called it off. He just called it off. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, what's going on with these guys, man? What's going on with these guys, man? But this is what happens when you got freaking Pookies, like, guys like Austin Holloman and some of these guys traveling and stuff.
Yeah, it's just it's wild. It's wild up here, and out here in these streets, and people are getting pissed off because um, all the narratives and things that they said about black men, people are realizing that it is not true. Passport Bros business class.
No, man,
What's
that's
going
Big
on,
Truck
brother?
Review series. That's Big Truck Review series, baby.
Oh, it's the same, I'm the same person.
Yep, you're the same person.
Okay, so what's up about the welcome, brother? First of all,
I
what do
don't
you doing? Fine. What do you think about the was it the NFL draft?
Well, the NFL draft, basically, this is no different than a long time ago. I noticed, I think it was on blackplanet.com, and this is a long time ago because nobody used Black Planet no more. And somebody had said, and it was a black woman who drew notice to it, that there were a bunch of black performers on stage, and all of them had either Latino or Asian girlfriends, right? And then more recently, now you notice with the NFL draft, but then even more recently, you see that the Passport Bros movement has taken off and people are actually paying attention now. And that's what this is. They're just mad because now they're seeing that all of these potential black men are leaving their ass and they're not sticking around. And the thing about it is, they can talk all that nonsense about sprinkle, sprinkle, drizzle, drizzle, and all that. But the reality is, they need resources more now than ever. See, it's one thing, when the government was really giving them all that welfare and giving them lots of stimulus and all that. But the problem is now they've dug themselves into a hole, and now they can't just easily do that no more. Now these women can't easily spend money that they ain't got. They don't have the credit cards to spend that kind of money. But these NFL guys, you can't just look at it as if they're just dating these women. These are black men bringing any of these foreign women, white women, whatever. They're bringing them into wealth, and that's the way you got to look at it. These black women are seeing that now, but they're wondering why they get left behind, and they get left behind for the same reason why they get left behind by the dudes that are going Passport Bro, because these white women are sticking by these dudes, and they're building these men up and they're just standing right by them. But these black women, they think that they're just going to wait next to the finish line and that they're going to get chosen by the winner. It doesn't work that way, and that's just where you are.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it is indeed a pleasure to be here with you. Salute to you, MBD. What is good with you, my brother? It has been a while since we've heard from you.
Yeah, thank you. I like to keep some time. You don't want to get oversaturate the market with a gang of live streams, because then what do you say? What do you got to say every damn day? Then you have to make some shit up. But yeah, go ahead.
No, that's true. That's true. That's
What,
true.
what do you think? What do you think's going on with the all the fake drama?
Well, here's the thing, right? What's happening now, and as far as I can see it, uh, the Daggle is definitely starting to see a mirror of herself in reality. By that I mean the actions that she's partaken in this particular country and also beyond are now starting to reflect, if I may be so bold, her true inner worthlessness. I said it once and I'll say it again. Becky's forever, weave Wookiees never.
I like that.
Becky's forever, weave Wookiees never.
That's right.
Brother, General Knight, Kira Gakari Jones, what's going on?
What we got? Kira Gakari on the joint. What's going on, fam?
Whoa.
Peace, test. Am I coming through?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you coming through.
All right, what's happening? Yes, sir. Looks like we got the round table, all the knights, and the Lord High Commander himself.
I haven't been knighted yet as of
the
yet,
chat.
but
No, you might as well be.
Same with me. Same. I haven't been knighted yet.
Okay, well, you guys have been officially knighted, so welcome to the party.
oh, okay. Well, hey,
That was all about.
To make it super efficient, you need to get the book. If you don't got the book, you need
I
to
already
get
got the book.
already got the book already. Okay.
Okay. Well,
I
then,
got
if you got
both.
the book, then welcome to the party, brothers. Welcome to the
All
party.
right, let's go then.
I got that in.
Definitely
I
got the
got. I got
Okay,
that
so-
and Nick Rose.
Okay, if you guys want to get on, send me the link. You know my email. Send me an email, and I'll send you the link. So I sent some out early. JJ, I sent you. Let me see if I send LM some of it. So yeah, go ahead, Kiri. What you got with the what do you think is going on?
Yeah, well, I want to come at it from a slightly different angle. I want to think about. There's a lot of anger because it seems to me that these athletes, these individuals with talent, are seeking out high quality stargates. And if you think about it, I know this is kind of forbidden knowledge we've been discussing in back channels, but I mean, if you have a choice between, one female that maybe isn't going to cooperate with you, maybe isn't going to have, let's just say, the predisposition to help you to achieve your goals in life. Maybe there might be health challenges, health issues involved. There might be weight issues on the one hand. And if you have a situation where, you have a young lady, maybe she's of, European descent, Latina, Colombian, wherever, and she's more amenable to you. She's healthy. She's in great condition. She's in great shape. She is more likely not going to be able to help your offspring thrive in this competitive world. I mean, what choice are you going to make? I know what choice I've made. And I know a lot of brothers are subconsciously, let's say, making these same choices. So, I mean, there's a lot of anger and blaming and shaming because they just can't compete. Now that there's a free marketplace of love, free marketplace of potentialities, that brothers can select from these days.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. What's going on? You like this democratization of love and stuff like that. What's crazy is, on top of that, these women are exposing themselves with, how they're acting on the internet when it comes to relationships. They're exposing their games. They're exposing their behavior to the whole world. And so it doesn't look good to have one of them on your arms just off of off of GP. So they're trying to find one that's to sift through the trash to find the treasure. That's a lot of other cats don't want to do that.
That's some I mean that's kind of the forbidden knowledge, but you're absolutely right about that. I mean, let's just say that if you're really thinking about who's going to help you accomplish your goals in life, well, you have a higher probability of success by looking at something different, quite honestly.
Mhm.
And, maybe this is the dark side of SYSBM, but, let's just say that a capable, attractive young lady is in a position to help you break down barriers and to maybe navigate in a different way, if you know what I'm saying, than the traditional. I know that with me and young Hinata, for example, when this is way back in the day, we were kind of in more political circles. We would go to fundraisers, and I'd wear a suit, she'd wear a nice cocktail dress, and we'd walk around the room and we'd talk to the donors. We were lobbying on behalf of a dear relative of ours, and she knew her role. She was very capable. She knew how to chat up a crowd, things like that. So, I mean, this isn't a game. I think that a lot of people are still stuck in, 1865 or 1800 or whatever. But in 2024, you have to get right or you're going to get left, and that's all there is to it.
Do you think? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, but let me just say this. To your point about thinking about the future. I wouldn't really say that things are going to be much better for you for dating a woman who's outside the race and everything. I think the things ultimately already good for you because that's part of the reason why they went you in the first place. But I would say that things will ultimately be better for your children. Because the thing about it is, at the end of the day, the only reason why we have sex and the only reason why we get married and the only reason why we procreate and all that is so that we can continue our culture. Why the fuck would anybody want to continue this ghetto-ass culture that we got now? Why would you want to perpetuate this?
Those
You
guys
gotta keep
that
it
have
real.
black sexual
Facts.
access.
You got to keep
Exactly.
it real.
I'm not keeping it.
I wanted to your point, Kirigakure. I'm sorry about it. My point, Kiri, to your point. Do you think that is it not so much that they're like stuck, but do you think they're just really trying to deliberately stick to that now? Like it's more of a deliberate just denial of the truth that society is shifting towards the Bayesianing as it is.
You mean the women or the men?
Either or. I'm talking about the ones who you keep trying to downplay all the relationships that brothers who are actually dating out, mating out, making families, doing their moves. Do you think that the people who are so opposed to it, and it's going to have to be, unfortunately, in many cases, Brad and Keisha, do you think that they're just basically just kind of like sticking their heads in the sand and deliberately just la 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 la, don't see it, la la la, it doesn't happen, la la la, burn the coal, la 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 la.
Understand something. Brad and Keisha basically have the same problem because the reality is white women aren't giving white men what they want either. White women are doing the same thing to white men that black women are doing to black men. They're disrespecting them, and they are openly going and dating outside the race and making, look, they are openly disrespecting their own men. And that happens specifically among these American and these westernized European women, right? They're not giving these men these marriages. Like, if you look at these Western countries, the divorces are through the roof. Ukraine, Russia, America, Poland, all of these countries. It doesn't even matter which one you go to. These white women have decided, yeah, I'm going to go mess with a black man and I'm going to have black babies and this, that, and other. And a lot of the white guys, you see it in the memes. The white men are complaining that most of the white women that they want have black babies by some black guy out there. Look, in the memes right now. But let me say this. Black women disrespect black men the exact same way, obviously, which is why we're all here. And the problem with them is they can't just so easily get Brad because Brad can always go get Asians. And Brad will go get an Asian or he'll get an Asian here. So the reality is both of them are running into the exact same problem. And you probably heard of this Asians. They're disrespecting their men too. They got this 4B movement. No sex, no marriage, no relationships with men. Yep. And they got feminism going on in the Asian community, right? Meanwhile, those same Asian women are seeking out black men, and they've already sought out white men, but now they're seeking out black men.
Well,
so,
you know what? We know what?
I
I can piggyback on that. because I know in Norway there's a civil war, that Norway Sweden territory. There's a civil war going on between the men and the women up there, because every time they bring in a boat of Caribbean guys and African guys, those women up in that area, that Sweden Norway area, those women out there pier side, you know what I'm saying, trying to bring those brothers in.
Yeah.
And then now you got those guys bringing in the Asian women, from Thailand and the Philippines, but the women are trying to get laws passed to block the Asian women from coming in, but they're trying to bring in more Africans and guys from the Caribbean into those areas and stuff.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. But I just like to point out, Biden recently he had to criticize Japan because they wouldn't take in refugees, but South Korea wouldn't do that either when they were over there in Syria. And that picture, I'll just say this, and I'll pass the mic. That picture that you just showed of that white woman with that black guy, I just want you to notice something, and I brought this up before. Black men do not smile in photos, but when they were white women typically, or when they were Asian or whatever, all of a sudden they crack that smile.
Very teethy.
If you look at the average photo of a black man is not smiling in a photo. Doesn't matter if it's a personal photo, doesn't matter. But when he's with Becky, that didn't teach should he count his teeth.
Business class.
Okay,
so Mr. Luke, first time we had to talk to each other over the internet, and I appreciate your videos, and especially you made one video. You were talking about WAR stands for We Are Right, and I tripped off of that real hard. So shout out to you.
We are right.
We are right in that war.
I like that. We are right.
Let me propose something, and then I know business class. I know you're definitely tracking on the financial angle. So let me present this, because I think this is to your point. I mean, this is a global phenomenon that we're seeing. We see women of different backgrounds who are basically they either are asserting or they're looking to assert their right to choose the man that they want to choose. And they want to have that right and that ability to choose a man that can provide for them, that can, help them survive. And I would say the driving force, and this is something I've been screaming for years and years, is interest rates. When you have interest rate manipulation, what that does is that inflates everything. Family formation becomes very difficult when your housing goes up, when your food costs go up, when your purchasing power goes down.
Yeah.
And I think this is the key phenomena. If you look at Japan, if you look at 4B in Korea, if you look at these different movements in these different places, all of this, I think the common denominator is that we have widespread currency debasement. And it's global and it's worldwide. And it's basically, it's triggering a relationship arms race, in my opinion.
Absolutely. But you know what? Everything you said is basically a fancy way of saying that the government gave women power over men through welfare, and now their welfare checks aren't worth nothing.
Exactly.
When you talk about, let me just say this real quick. When you talk about currency debasement, let me tell you something. These women ain't worried about the value of the dollar. What hits them is when they can't so easily walk into Range Rover and get a lease on an E-Bach. What hits them is when they can't easily get that X3 from BMW, or they can't easily when they walk in there and say, yeah, well, guess what? This car is going to cost you 4 times as much because the interest rate is 8 rather than 3. What? Oh, I'm sorry. You trying to buy a house? Oh yeah. Well, the interest rate on this house is 8%, not 3%, and you're not going to be able to buy it on your own. And there's no way around it. Oh, by the way, there's no volume left, so that means that you can't buy it at all. Do you know how many women I know right now desperately searching to get a house and can't? Like there's
no supply.
You can't pray to Joe Biden. You can't pray to Kamala Harris. You can't get around it. So your ass is going to be in a little ass apartment on Section 8, and you're still going to be paying top dollar for it. That's what you're basically saying.
Forever
I mean,
Hey, but on the
and
flip
that's
side of it too,
why,
man.
you know, when they see the
But look,
NFL players, when they
yeah,
see
but
the NFL players up there shining, you know, and they're seeing the dollar signs that they're not gonna get, and they see that they're picking, you know, ladies from different backgrounds. I think this is very much driven by the economics.
Yeah.
And so
well. At the same time, too, I think we also got to, you know, and just follow me on this rabbit hole. I think you also got to look at it too. I know y'all talking about so the white girls be seeking out, and they're all seeking out black men. I was watching a stream a while back, and it was more dealing. It was more dealing. It wasn't a coven, but they were studying a lot of metaphysics, and it was a group of women. It was some white women. I think probably like two Asians, and then no, sir. And all the women said that the future is melanated.
Uh-oh.
And they said that it wasn't a coven, but it was more of a there was a esoteric Talbot group, and all the women said, all of them said, the future is the melanated. So, and at the same time, you go back, and I think Big Truck Review series, and you did a stream on this about this study about who makes the best father, and the best father was the black man. And also Kevin Samuels brought it up. This other brother brought it up, and you got to remember too. These studies, as GW said a while back, these studies are passed to different universities across the world. These studies are each university exchanges studies. You know what I'm saying? So when they read that study, these women see that, and they're like, "Whole time, okay, well, hell, if the best father is a black man, then I need to find a good black man, so that way I can secure my spot in the future, because the future is melanated."
If you nippers are scared of white supremacy now, you better get ready for beige supremacy. It's coming.
And, you know, they want to secure that not only for themselves, they want to secure that genetic and that economic benefit for their children. Mm-hmm. Like my kids, for example, you know, especially my son, you know, when we go back to Japan, we went back last year, and he was towering over his grandfather and his uncle. I mean, he was, you know, a good couple of inches taller. And, you know, we walk around the streets, and yeah, you know, them Japanese birds was looking at my boy, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think there's an economic dynamic to it, but there's also Christmas kiki. I have to say that.
Excuse me. You didn't say that.
Christmas
No, not the Christmas cake.
No Christmas cake.
No, not the Christmas cake.
She wants the dick.
Okay, you guys, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I got LOM in the back, so I need to rotate. So what are you guys going to need to fall back? Anybody want to volunteer to fall back for a few minutes?
I'll fall back. Yeah,
I'll fall back because I gotta put the kids to bed anyway. I just want to come up and chop it up real quick with you gentlemen.
All right, have a good brother.
Peace.
But the BW is the Christmas cake. To be honest, that's the
we also
Christmas
cake.
Well, you know what? You got to also remember, ironically, black men are willing. But see, first of all, if you're an American man, you're basically trained to put up with a lot of bullshit from women. And the whole Christmas cake thing comes from the fact that these Asian men, Chinese, Japanese, South Korean, they refuse to even marry their women once they hit like 27. Now, black men, when we get with these women, we're not like, oh, you're 27, 28, I'm not going to marry you. No, we're thinking about other things. We've been beaten down so much by this culture, we're happy just to find a woman who's got real hair. I mean, we're happy just to have a woman who's got a real ass and not plastic BBW or plastic BBL.
Look, man, let's keep it real. We're happy when a broad can actually act like she actually likes being around us.
Exactly.
Act like she had to hold her freaking nose just to be around us. Come on, man.
We've been beaten down that badly where when we get outside this country and we get a taste of real feminism, we lose our damn mind. Because we ain't never felt nothing like that. If you
that one I have to disagree with you on, because But then again, I can't.
Well, let me ask: what foreign countries have you dated in?
I have. Well, me myself, I haven't dated out in a foreign country.
And
I'm just. Wait, hold on, wait a minute. That's a comma, not a period. 1 second. As I've dealt with other women from other cultures that have come to this country,
it's not the same thing.
It was. I get that. But definitely different from Daggle. Definitely different from Daggle.
If you get outside this country, you go on a vacation or something, you get outside this country. Let's say you go to the Philippines, Thailand, China, Japan, South Korea, Colombia, Brazil. If you get outside this country and you date a woman in another country, you'll be blown away, and you'll never understand up to that point why you had to deal with so much just hang around a woman.
Somebody ripping on a ball?
It's like somebody's washing a car.
Oh, I thought it was a bong rip.
I have no idea. But no, all I'm saying is you got to date outside this country, because see, the problem isn't just the women. The problem is this country. When you're,
I can agree with that. Sadly, I cannot date, as I am a married man for the past 10 years or so.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad.
My wife does not approve of me dating.
Is she black too?
Oh, fuck! What?
I guess
bite your fucking tongue and then wash that shit out with some lye, nigga. 3 times quick. I got me a blonde, tall, hazel-eyed, white woman.
Oh no! You're supposed to put an H before the white. You're supposed to say she's white.
That's what I said. It says white.
There you go. White.
White woman. And yo, when I say that every time when a bunch of fucking slow wax, the triggering.
Okay, we got LOM and we got Sigma Jones. So I don't know who's been out here longer, but go ahead, LOM, and then Sigma will be right after you. Lions and Big Cow, what's going on, brother?
What's up, fam? How you been?
Doing fine. How are you?
Me? Well, I've entered a busy season of my trade, so I've been staying busy. And yeah, I definitely see what you're saying, man. It's just get the whole thing with the NFL, and I must say, like with the NBA draft, just wait for the NBA draft. It's gonna be worse. Just wait for it.
Sigma,
Damn,
what's going on, brother? Yeah, Sigma, what's going on, brother?
What's going on? She showed everybody else. Stormcrow.
Yo. Gulag gang.
Yeah, I heard Shinobi Bro was up here, so I figured I'd take a little visit to see what's going on today.
So, just showing some thick Asian chicken proposed to by a brother in Paris, France. And we're talking about the NFL draft and how the drama, that's the original subject, how the drama, the fake drama all over the internet. What do you think?
I heard a little bit of it too. The Daggles going mad because, dudes that finally made it, so to speak, in society, they now. And really, I'll tell anybody, these women, what a brother's doing as far as dating and all should be the least of their concerns. Me and Shinobi Bro been talking about this on the background, and really this goes for both men and women, but especially for the community. You should be worrying less about whether a brother is dealing with black women or non-black women, and be more concerned, like, are you getting yourself out of this changing of generational wealth that's about to happen? Yep. Because once that happens, there is no, you black and I white, I can't be associated with you. No, the new rule of the game is, what's your family title? What is your family wealth? Then and only then will I be associated with you. That's the new game that's coming down the pipe.
Batter.
Oh, definitely that. Yeah, because it's going to be class versus class and culture versus race. That's good. So you're wondering what's this cat doing up here? Slide. Well, this is the brothers, what they're doing. They sliding up in these countries, dancing like the tiny cat, scooping up these broads. That's what brothers is doing. You know, he's got his pump like that, like he's slam dunking. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing overseas. Brothers is doing that, and that's a tiny cat standing right here that's proposing. He's getting his prize. Anyways, but brothers, yeah. So, as in, you know, as we progress in the future, each generation of kids coming up, a lot of their mothers aren't going to be black, especially if you like come up with the NBA and NFL and all these different things. You won't be able to use your mama's black card like they used to before. And the thing about that is this: soon they're going to start. I mean, they already are, but it's going to be heavy where they're going to start mating with each other. The mix, the Malaysians with the Blaxicans and the mulattoes with with the different groups of people, and that's going to be a whole separate class.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, with a blackish type of class versus
blackish, exactly.
Right, it's going to be blackish, and then you're going to have the general black culture, which is going to have the majority of that is going to be the permanent underclass. And you brothers who are listening that's on the fence, better get your mind right, because it is life or death for that ass.
They're not going to be around.
I just said the exact same thing. Get out of my head, MBD. I knew it. I told you.
Tijo, I told a pro-black this on another panel. Soon and very soon, your children, meaning the pro-black children, are literally going to be slaves to my children.
Yup,
that's what's going to happen.
That is the direction society is going. If you're coming from that whole blackity black background, pretty much you're even if you was born into it, you're pretty much signing your children to become slaves for the next generation. That's where the shift is going right now.
Plantation
they're too stupid. They're too stupid to even realize this. They're so focused on this racism stuff and everything. It's like, you don't understand the power dynamics that is shifting right now, right in front of your eyes, to where once it fully becomes set in stone, if your mother, unless, she just so happens to come from a good background, of affluent, but if your mother happens to be black,
that's it.
You're done. Yeah, you're done in society.
Yeah, because what's going on? You won't be able to have an excuse for it's because they're doing it to me because I'm black. These African immigrants are coming in this country heavy. They are coming in heavy. These African immigrants, and they're opening up businesses everywhere. So how is it that the blackest of black men, blue black men, can come in here and can open up a convenience store? But your ass been in this country for centuries and you can't get your shit together. They're going to gentrify your neighborhoods. They're already doing it. They're going to scatter all of those BWs who've been keeping the community in the shambles that it is because they've been living on Section 8, raising these kids to recycle into this BS. And they're going to, and there's just going to be a whole separation between two different groups of black people.
Hey, bro, I see it right now. See it right now where I live at. They tore down these projects. I see it on my route. They tore down these projects and they basically moved in blacks who are from the South. But they're middle class black, and they moved out the ghetto black. They moved into the middle class blacks. They literally just got rid of one crop and just moved into middle class black. And built houses, and now you got a whole new group. So the liquor store that I go to, that being a rep, that store used to be cognac, brandy, and vodka. Now you got blacks from the South coming up. The whole demographic has changed now. For the buying pattern started to change. Now it's more blandings, the Eagle Rare, because black folks in the Deep South drink bourbon. So now those cognac sales are dropping and those bourbon sales are going up, and they buying more expensive bourbon. Talking to the store, yes. So demographics, like my sales are changing overnight. I said, because I said they're bringing in the middle class blacks, and these middle class blacks are working at the shipyard, and those and no middle class are from the deep south, so they ain't buying brandy like in cognac, they buying whiskey and bourbon, high end stuff.
Yeah, just like Sigma says, it's if your mama, because the way these BWs are purporting themselves. And how they are putting their images out there. If your mama is a BW, they're going to automatically assume that you're going to be less than. I mean, and if you don't get your mind right, I mean, it's.
Shisho, let me give you an example.
Hold on, so let me finish my thought. Plus, too, you know what I'm saying? There's Hispanics living next door to the middle class blacks. So you already know what's going to happen. Those kids going to start mixing. They're going to start mixing, and all of a sudden, you're going to have a whole new crop of black folks.
But let me give you guys another example that's going on right now. So I know there's talks about getting into the IT realm and everything, which, that's a great field to get into. But let me tell you about the higher level stuff of IT, which pretty much entails like information system management. Before you can even move up in that type of realm, you got to have social skills. And by social skills, I mean you got to be able to connect with a lot of folks that don't even look like you. And how do I know this to be for a fact? I just recently came from a conference about a month ago, 2 months ago, and this is like the whole AI conference that's going on. And we had some representatives that we're talking senior executives, C-level suite executives that come here and kind of do like their own type of TED Talks and everything. I've met at least 12 different black men who are on these levels in IT. Every single one of them is either married or is dating somebody else. That's the indirect move that's happening right now. If you want to move up to a management high level position that's where the real money is made, they're also going to look into who are you married to.
Right. Because you're going to be coming around the party, the corporate parties and shit. You're going to be hobnobbing, going out to eat, dating and stuff like that. And they're going to see who you got. And if you got somebody that shows up to the party wearing a bonnet, you use a no-go.
Forget it. Yeah, forget it.
Yeah, a bonnet.
See the last Mario Man music, your game is done.
You can't be walking around with these fake ass press-on nails, these bogus ass
tatted up
eyebrows,
tied it out.
Yeah,
plastic helmet hair weaves.
Yeah.
The bat lashes.
One thing they call the Cum Brothers now. They're called the Cum Brothers.
No, they're called cum catchers. Those eyelashes are called cum catchers.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I know teenage girls who are wearing that stuff, and the teenage girls look just as bad as these performers.
What?
I'll tell you what. Go look in any of your public schools right now, and just take a look and see what they're coming to school looking like. But anyway, what I was going to say was, I think what's ultimately going to put the mixed children ahead is the fact that, for the most part, they're going to have a stable family. They're going to have their father there. They're going to have their mother there. Look at this Negro right here. You can count his teeth. But anyway, you're going to have the father.
Teethy.
It's going to be a stable family unit. There's not going to be no more baby daddy. There's not going to be, you only get the kid on Tuesday or Friday or that nonsense. See, the reality is those kids
in pipeline funneling.
Those kids if those kids have a stable family structure, their whole mentality is going to be different. And I think the feminists need to. They probably notice that, because these women. When these women get with these men, and these men, and they actually tie the knot and they actually stay together, they have real families that are patriarchy, and they've been doing everything they could to destroy the patriarchy, everything they could. But these women are ready to submit, and that's the reason why you need to look at this guy. How many teeth do you see? What is that? 10? 10, 11 teeth. You can count. Well, black men smile in the picture with Becky when they went. When they went to BBWs
with Sharp Contra.
They mean mugging. They're mean mugging. When they were black women, they mean mug.
Yeah. They look like they're taking a fucking goddamn mug shot.
This dude looks like he's posing for a statue.
Yeah.
So as for this right here, I'm trying to look for the actual granular the numbers of what is. Yeah. So I mean, I know that the numbers are better than what people were saying, but somebody else says what is it? Somebody else was saying something else I wanted to speak on, and it's about segregation, right? So a homie here, Negroes want to go back to segregation. Of course they do.
They want to
go back.
They've been saying that for the last 5 years. They want to go back. We were better off when we segregated. Like, no, we weren't.
No, we weren't.
We were actually regressing when we were segregated. But we have our own businesses. You mean secondhand crap that they kept giving to black businesses back then?
Actually, there's
go ahead.
There's actually evidence that showed that, especially for the upper class type of blacks, before the civil rights,
right?
The upper class blacks, and you can even say upper middle class blacks, they were actually doing just fine before the civil rights movement. Especially the ones that have either moved north or especially if they moved out west, they were doing just fine.
Yeah.
There's actually evidence that
not that hard.
Yeah, there's actually evidence now that's showing that the civil rights actually hurt both of those classes because now they had to mingle with the lower class.
Yes.
Yes. Yep. Well, one thing I've noticed that somebody had pointed out, I don't know if that was Tommy Sotomayor or somebody else's. When you think about it, like the singers and the athletes on, let's say, the white side of the game, white guys, they do not hang out in trailer parks. They don't, they don't hang out with the trash of the white society. They don't get their hair cut
with the middle class counterpart.
Right, middle class or upper class. But Negroes have to show how real rappers, ball players. You see a lot of them having to go back to. Yeah, they got to go back to the hood.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the problem is that's the problem because now there's no distinction between Day and Jordan. So right,
it's like freaking Nipsey Hussle.
Right, there's no big distinction. So these people think they're the same. They're not the same. You are not that rich man. You are in your station. So those poor, especially the ones that are out here selling dope and drugs, they think like Dame Dash thinks. Like if you work for somebody else, you're not a boss, right? So they think it because I sell my nickel and dime dope, I'm a boss because I don't have a schedule. I can get up anytime I want to. And you middle class black man, like this black man over here, you beneath me because you got to clock in. See, this is what's going to keep these people in the permanent underclass because that's the mentality that they have. They think they are
the orcs.
Right. They think they are better than this man because they keep it real. Look at this man. Look at his family. Just like Sigma says, this is going to be
family.
This is going to be the people that's going to be running the show in the next 20, 30 years. These are the people that be running the show. These kids are the kids that are going to be the bosses of the of the regular black folks.
And that man ain't stopped grinning yet. He ain't stopped grinning yet.
Hey, you know what, man? But also too on the flip side of that, these young girls, if they're like 9 times out of 10, those girls will wind up marrying a black man, but they'll marry a black man like their father because I see a lot. If you notice it now, you see a lot of brothers who come from single parent house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They'll get a BW, but it'll be a BW with a white mama or Hispanic mama or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely know here in Virginia. I'm starting to see that now. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of brothers with chicks who are they would be considered BW, but they mama white or they mama Asian. You know what I'm saying? I saw a couple a dude yesterday. He with a technically a sister, but you know what I'm saying? She got a Chinese mother and black father.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
I love that
gonna be
picture.
crazy. You like this? These memes, the memes that people are coming up with are crazy. Just like he says, a Chinese mom, black, and here goes the kids. I mean, yeah, that's a cat and a dog. That's the future of these, the way they acted. These old brothers is going to go overseas and start whole new families. There are men in their 60s that are now having children over there in Thailand. Black men are in the 60s, in the 50s and 60s. They're starting over again, but they're doing it the right way. And so, that's going to be the future because, what's going on here in the States is unsustainable.
Ain't working. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not working at all. It's not working at all. So it's gonna be a lot crazy. I mean, how are you gonna beat this? You're not beating this.
No,
You're not beating what this guy's got.
Man.
You're not beating. First of all, you're not as feminine as her.
Nope.
You like I said before, they're not breeding for beauty anymore. These dudes out here are not breeding for beauty anymore. They're breeding for booty. And that's what they do.
Look at that forecast.
D-Show, check this out. Now, these type of brothers, what you seeing on the screen, especially the ones that's like in upper class and upper middle class, when you hang around them, their conversation is all about, if it's not about family, as far as like their family life, they're talking about, hey, here's the next business we're getting into. Or, hey, I'm getting into this investment. You may want to look into this as well. It's only black men who are married to the dagger or is caught up in a community. They always, and I mean always, make it a racial issue.
Yep.
They don't know how to integrate. That's the problem.
Right. You could be having a conversation. Me and Matt Bustrider could be having a conversation just about business. Just about maybe a new crypto that came down and how, we probably want to invest in everything. And here comes some random pro-black want to come and say, well, crypto is racist.
Exactly.
What
Time out.
I'm sorry.
Please, hold time out. No, sir. Say that again. Please, say that again.
Me and Matt Bustrider, two random SYSBN brothers, can simply have a conversation about crypto, about some investment in crypto where, hey, may want to jump on this because it's a good money-making potential. And then some random pro-black who just so happen to see two black men will come into the conversation and say, y'all know crypto is racist, right?
Those white folks ain't gonna let you get all that money. This is just a scam. It's just to suck money out of the community. Yeah, that's what they'll do.
Remember what we talked about on Kamashi stream, Sigma?
Oh yeah, I'm still advocating. If they want this reparation, make it into a crypto and just put them in a secluded place. They can have all the reparations they want.
Damn well. I mean, do you know how big the damn bureaucracy would have to be to give out reparations? You got the Bureau of Indian Affairs. They're going to come out with the Bureau of Negro Affairs in order, and it's going to be big. I mean, like, they're going to have to rent out serious office space to be able to handle that. First of all, what are you going to want? Are you going to want resources or are you going to want cash? Black folks is going to want cash. They're not going to try to hear nothing about, you can get free education, free housing, free credits for this, credits for that. They're going to want cash because some folks will be like, I don't want to go to school, or I don't want no land. I want the cash. So it's going to have to be money. That's going to have to be money. Keisha. Yeah, but that's
Sigma. You want to break it down to him? You want to break it down how it's going to work?
Let me. But see, how are you going to see? Because you know how many lawsuits it's going to be? Because people are going to say, I already have a house. I don't want a second house. Or I already got land, or I don't want no land. It's going to have to be broken down in cash form. And then now that's just one problem. Then who's going to get paid?
Well, Shisho,
Where
check
you get
this
the
out.
rest of cut off, right?
Check this out. Check this out. And this how let's let you know the community doesn't know anything about economics. Right now, as we speak, the American dollar since 1913, when the Fed Reserve was found, the American dollar has lost 90% of its current value. On top of that, we are the nation of America is roughly $35 trillion in the hole. If they were to pay these Negroes the reparations anywhere north of $35 trillion, they single-handedly will kill the American economy.
But they
Not just the American economy, they would kill the global economy.
But so
Well, the global
we know
economy
that's not.
Yeah, the global economy can still be saved thanks to like crypto and precious metals. But the American economy, because it's backed by nothing, it will die.
Okay, so let's just make it. Let's dumb it down. So instead of $35 trillion, let's just say the government's going to cut you one check of $2 million a piece for every black person that's going to be that qualifies. $2 million a piece. That's take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. $2 million. Take it or leave it.
Man, you have crazy inflation. You're gonna have crazy inflation.
Everybody's going to raise the price of everything around Negroes. The weave man is going to get paid. Newport cigarettes, Philip Morrison, they're going to get paid. Whoever's selling bonnets is going to get paid. Everybody selling rims, they're going to get paid. Jordans and them going to get paid. Everybody's going to get paid, and black folks going to go broke again.
Correct. I'm gonna drop off. Thank you for having me on, brother. I'll definitely see if I can try to get back. I'm gonna have another stream. Salute to you. Good to hear you again, bro.
It's just for that whole reparations stuff. Ain't no way.
But they'll have you believe that America owes them. Now I'm like, you know what? Go ahead and give it to them because they won't even know they just signed themselves back into slavery.
Weird. What do you can't because you can't complain no more after that. You got paid. They're gonna tell you shut the fuck up. You got paid.
Well, that's what they said to the Native Americans.
Racism.
You remember?
Right.
You remember what the Native Americans did? The Native Americans like, oh no, this, that. They're like, wait a minute. We gave you $14 trillion after 500 years. You got your land, you got your property. Now shut the fuck up. That's what they basically told them. It's going to be the exact same way that's going to happen to black people if they get it in a cash amount. See, I would accept. Okay, you know what? From now on, you guys could get free grants. You get free business loans, shit like that. Okay, fine. But giving them a cash payout is not actually. It's going to make the problem worse.
Hey, hold on, GW man, because one freaking Keisha gets that already. You know, if Keisha, the department, yeah, freaking Keisha gets that already.
Because you know who should really get the benefit, the so-called reparations? Black men.
Right, black men need the reparations.
Yeah, black men actually need it. No black woman, black men, and black children at best. Now I know everybody's gonna say that's counterintuitive. Would it be like no? Black women benefited when black men was enslaved during that time. Majority of black women were not even enslaved. They were gainfully employees working for the plantation. Black man was either the only time he ever got paid if he was a sharecrop holder.
Well, also
other than that, he was pretty much chatting.
And hold on, also too, man, and by me being the Native American myself, Indian myself, your first slaves on the plantation were Indians.
Indians, yes.
And then they brought your first two slaves is the book called White Cargo.
Yes, the Irish and Scottish.
Yeah, and it was white females and black men from Africa. Black women came over last. At the last.
You know how many centuries? It took them like 300 years.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Right, because what happened was you had Native American dark-skinned the Native American men and the African men were procreating with these Irish women.
Very rapidly, by the way. That's why they start outlawing slavery towards whites around, I think it was like the 1700s, like 1710s. Or
Yeah.
1734, I think it was. That's the actual year that
Yeah.
they start outlawing it.
Yeah. Then after that, to keep these two group of men from mating with white women, they started bringing over the sisters.
Yes. And then they was it around the mid 1700s they started incorporating the Chinese into slavery, because they started incorporating, because the British.
Fellas, I gotta drop, but hey, great to see you, everybody.
Yes.
And Shisho, good to see you as well.
Thank
I'll be getting back to streaming later on in the fall, but everybody take it easy and just save yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Take care, brother.
Yeah. Take care, brother. Peace. Yeah, man. I mean, it's and like no, like we said before, man. The draft, the draft was just.
It's just a fresh reminder of what's in store for these bitches. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. I mean, you see it now. Look at, I was watching a panel, you know what I'm saying, with Ebony K. Williams and all these other women, and I think I said it to Mad Bus Driver and Melissa Ford, and all these broads are single. You know what I'm saying? And Ebony K. Williams had to admit, she said this. She said, "Well, Ebony, you're educated, you're a lawyer, you've done this and that." You know what I'm saying? And she said, "You know what I'm saying? How come you should have to settle? And how come some black man who's powerful and educated doesn't want to get with you?" She made her straight upset. She said, "Look, you know what I'm saying? Those men don't want me." She admitted it. She said,
No.
Men don't.
No, it's not just the fact that they don't want her. It's the fact that she don't want him, so she gets that feedback in return.
Yeah.
She initiated first.
Yeah.
She had years of opportunities. People don't know that when she was in her prime, there were men that would line up around the block just to wife her up, and she turned them down.
Yeah, because she was a side piece.
White boys.
Yeah.
Okay. White boys.
Right. So, brothers. Okay. So, I would like to say, peace to Sigma for coming through, and he left, and thanks to the brother for the super sticker. And this video here is, I believe this is, I don't know if this is, I think this is in Europe. But look at this. Look what's going on. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, that's going on right now.
Oh, that's in Sweden. That's in Sweden and Norway. I saw it. Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, it's like, damn, how many do you think got piped down that night? Because I mean, it's not just they didn't just come up there.
A lot of them.
Guys, you got to also look at the bigger picture. All of those European countries, their birth rates are plummeting, and the reason why they plummeted is partially because of feminism, and also partially because these white women, again, they're disrespecting their own men. They're not giving them the relationships, and they're not giving them the marriages that they thought they were going to get. So when they flood all these countries with all these immigrants and everything, one way or another, the government's going to get their numbers, because you got to always remember the health of the state is live births. And they will get those kids however they can get them. Now, they can't put a gun to your head and make you fuck nobody, but they can do this. They can flood you with African immigrants or Mexicans or whatever it is who are going to come there and they're going to start screwing.
And it's funny you say this, because in Sweden, there's this group of
and they give them financial sense to agree.
Yeah. Because also in Sweden, there's a group of women who actually, I think I sent it to Mad Buttra and Babatunde. Babatunde did an article on it, and these women compiled a study. They actually went and got this information. You know what I'm saying? And they were passing it out to Swedish and Norway women, saying, "Look, you know what I'm saying? If you really want a strong kid with strong genes, you got to mate with a black." They had the numbers, the graphs, and all that stuff. I mean, they actually broke it down how the child's gonna learn quicker if they're melanated than if the child's non-melanated. I'm like, what the? I mean, these girls, it's literally a civil war going on in the Nordic region.
Well, the women are feminists. That's the bottom line. With this feminist bullshit, they are not. Their fertility rates are through the floor. The same thing goes for Japan. The same thing goes for South Korea. The same thing is going right now for China. The reality is, what these women, what's that? Yeah, these women want freedom from their own men. They want to go out and fuck somebody different, and there's nothing you can do to stop them at this point.
Yeah, because right now I saw a boat of they were bringing in some boats from the Caribbean, from Africa, and on the coastline, waiting for these men with none but Swedish and women from Norway.
Danish.
Yeah, Danish, Netherlands. Yeah, they were all waiting for these men. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, damn. I'm like, good God. I mean, it was
You
nothing
gotta
but
remember,
women.
a lot of these countries are octogenarian. Like the average age in Italy is between 45 and 75.
Yeah, they're dying
okay.
off.
Yeah, they don't have people that's younger than me. I'm 45 years old. They don't even have a group of people, men and women, that's like 25 to 35 anymore. They like either migrated out to Central and South America or they aged out. That's basically what that's what it comes down to.
So basically, what you're saying is, well, they got a very age problem going on there, so they got to get their
old people don't like interbreeding to produce children. They want to be settled down. They want to enjoy their retirement, and they want to enjoy their golden years. But here's the problem: who's going to take care of you in your socialist society in Italy, in the Netherlands, in Norway, in Finland, in Great Britain, and what you would call it, in Germany, in France, or Greece, or Spain, or Portugal? Did you know the majority of Spain is in the dead center of the island? And the average age there is like 55 to 65.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
The rest of the country is a ghost town. The rest of the country is a ghost town.
Yeah,
and it
I was in the Navy,
much money. It costs so much money to run the railroad.
Yeah.
Times a day they have to shut it down because there's not enough fucking passengers to pay for the train.
Yeah, because you're right. Because back when I was in the Navy, yeah, Spain is funny, man. Either everybody lives in the center or live in the coastline. There's just like no one living, you know what I'm saying, in the rest of Spain. That's why there's so much damn farmland and shit.
Yeah, it's the same thing in Portugal. Majority of the Portuguese descendants migrated to fucking Argentina or Brazil because the cost of living was too high over there. So they went to Central and South America to live comfortably.
And you see how many problems they're having down there, by the way, in Argentina and Brazil. You see how many problems they're having.
Yeah. They're having cultural problems and financial problems, mainly with the banking system.
Yeah. Those countries are straight, almost done socialistic.
No, it's not the fact that they're socialistic. It's the fact that the bad regulations on the banking took control of those countries.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, the banking, like Argentina, for the last 35 years, been plagued with the devaluation of their currency. Every other 10 years, they go through a straight depression, basically. So they will have a recovery the next 10 years, and then the following 10 years, they go straight into their depression. The currency is so plummeted. It's like
it's volatile.
Put it this way. You remember what happened in Cyprus back in 2011, 2012 with the drama?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the Argentina fucking peso is worth, just as bad. It don't worth anything.
You know what?
And they have to rely on the euro. They have to rely on the Canadian dollar and the American dollar just to get by.
Oh yeah. That's why the current president is hoping that Trump get back into office so they can try to peg their currency to the dollar and stuff.
But they can't. They can't. They're too insolvent. They've been insolvent for over 3 decades.
3 decades?
Since 1989.
Good God, that's crazy. That's crazy.
The reality is, most of these foreign countries are insolvent. It's just that they're doing a good job trying to hide it.
Yes.
So basically, if you know what I'm saying, if the global economy decided to go back to gold and silver, it would crash first because there's nothing that anything's pegged to.
It would crash so bad.
Well, not only first of all, not only would it crash, the problem is there isn't enough gold and silver in the entire world to actually meet the amount of money that these countries are in debt. America alone is $34 trillion in debt.
The gold and silver have been mined out for generations.
Yeah.
It's been mined out for 200 years.
Yeah, there's not enough of it.
Yeah, the only way to solve, say, for example, Argentinian problem is basically create a debt jubilee.
What they're ultimately going to do is they're going to just see. You know, it's funny when people talk about them going to digital currency. We already have digital currency. We've got credit cards.
Credit cards and debit cards.
Now I want you, and let me just say this: if you pay attention to the Federal Reserve, they said that they have no intention of lowering these interest rates anytime soon. In fact, they may have to raise the interest rates to fight the cost of inflation. So the question you might ask is, wait a minute, houses are sky high, cars are sky high. Why is there still so much inflation? The reason why there's still so much inflation is because you've got credit cards. And America is deeper in debt on credit cards than ever before. What inflation is that demand has outstripped supply, and you've pumped enough money into the system where now you can continue to outstrip the supply. That's what credit cards represent. So they have to raise interest rates. Why? To stop you from using your credit card.
Yeah. Because I saw an article online, the comment or something, and they said that offshore banking is booming now more than ever.
But that's going to make the problem worse at the end of the day, because they're all interconnected. The only way to solve this problem is, like you say, you have to steady raise the interest rates. It's like a seesaw contest. You got to do it certain times of the year. And on top of it, you're going to have to control the printing of money. Because everybody's like, we need to go back to gold. Like, you can't.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen.
It's
never going to happen.
So question then, man. So do you think this is why countries like Thailand and the Philippines are trying to get these passport bro retirees over to their
Yes. You know why? Their current population is aging out. So they need the wealth from first world G7 countries to come there and stay there.
Oh, okay. Now I see
because the retirees in those said countries like Thailand, the Philippines, and Cambodia and Laos, they got money, but the dollars still outweigh, even though their credit rating went from a AAA plus to a AA plus because of the stupid what you would call it last year with Kevin McCarthy. That could have been easily prevented, but that's a whole nother topic.
Because I know the mayor of Bogota said he said passport bros are welcome in Bogota. If they don't want to go to Medellin or Cartagena, they're welcome in Bogota. Like what?
You know why, right? Because Medellin is like the murder capital of fucking Colombia. It is.
They're trying to get you down there to kill you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they assuming that gentrifying, right? Bogota would solve the problem. Like, no, what you're gonna have to do, you see what happened in Ecuador, right? And no, not Ecuador, Guatemala and Salvador, right?
Yeah.
They
El Salvador
basically had to go to that route. But you know what's gonna happen, right? Human rights organizations internationally gonna come in and get involved and say you're violating human rights. And that's a problem. That's been a problem with Colombia for the last 31 years, since 30 years. Yeah, 31 years since the death of Escobar in 93.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that Escobar was willing to spend $14 trillion of his money to pay off Colombia's debt. Colombia was at a negative $14 billion. And like, look, I'm going to cut you a check for $14 billion, but here's a stipulation. You're going to have to get me out of prison. I will wire my banks. But we have to create a situation where it's legally legit. In order, or I would have to be in part of your parliament. And you know what the Colombian president told him? Fuck you. And sent the DEA, the ATF, the Colombian FBI, and their They're Army Rangers to this motherfucker. Because Pablo Escobar actually had a small army. The prison that he was in, dude, it was like a 10-star luxury hotel. He would leave on the weekends and come back and do like 5 days a week on his prison time.
That's crazy.
Brothers, it's time for me to go. I've been got some things I need to take care of, but I was trying to throw some photos in here. You can see.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brothers putting in that work and stuff.
Yes,
like
they
that.
are. They put in that work.
Dude, that's the future right there.
The ground game is serious.
Yeah, the ground game is already set. Santa Claus
put in work.
Look at Santa. Look at Santa. Look at Santa.
He all beached up. Santa's all beached up.
That's
man. I think I gave you
right
that
here.
one MBD? Did I send you
Somebody
that one?
gave it to me. Somebody gave it to me.
That's Master Blaster. That's Master Blaster.
Master Blaster.
You about to blast off.
But you see, I got the receipts. But that's the future, brothers. That's the future. That's what's going on. And that's what they've been hating on.
Don't let nobody tell you that that's not the future. It is.
It's most definitely now. So, brothers, I will try not to spend so much time away from the live streams. I'll try to do another one soon. But I thank y'all for showing up, everybody that came through and everybody that hit me up with the super chats. I greatly appreciate it. And for those who don't know, we have the book out there. Get that book. The links is in all my videos. Links below.
I gotta get the other one, the comic book.
Yes, get the comic book that helps out. I'm working on a part 2. I know it's been a while, but you got to get, I got myself motivated to jump into that. So greatly appreciate it for everybody. Love y'all. Peace.
Peace out,
guys.
Good night.
Peace out. Good night.